I existed in the primeval matter that evolved in nothingness eons of evolutions ago. Before the beginning of time, when I thought the moment had come, I fashioned my mouth and spoke my name as a word of power. With this power that was my birthright, I fashioned myself in form from the primeval matter of nothingness. I was alone at this time. There were no others with me. That I am the beginning of time, which began when I took form and commanded the power. All that is because of me. The heavens and all things contained in the heavens are my works. I put the universe into being and stationed each and every star, planet, constellation, asteroid, and thing of being. If they are to endure till the end of time, then in the order that I stationed them, they must remain. For it was my plan to station every heavenly body and all things in the order of existence. When a star doesn't exist any longer, then it has left its station. I placed each and every star and thing where they are now found, so that together they work one for the other. And their movement is no drain on my power. In their proper stations, the stars fill the darkness of space with light, and the things and beings give meaning to my works. Now it was that after I had come into being and had taken form, I found no place upon which I could stand. So straight forth from my thoughts, I created the primeval mound within the ocean of new being. That I was alone at that time. It pleased me to make others. So I went from being one God to gods three. I created the god Shu and the goddess Tefnut. I made them in a manner that all things are made. I, the creator of creation, the father and the mother, the he and the she of existence, had a union with my member and head. I made the god Shu. Then I gathered together the remains and swallowed them. I afterwards spat from my mouth a portion, and from this was made the goddess Tefnut. They are the gods of my heart and soul, for they come forth from myself, and therefore I duplicated many times. Shu and Tefnut had a union, and from this union was born the god Seb and the goddess Nut. And in similar fashion, I duplicated their forms many times. Seb and Nut had union, and from this union was born the gods. Her Osiris set, and the goddesses asked them they were all brothers and sisters and born from one birth. From these gods and goddesses came forth mankind, and things that creep and crawl, swim and fly, and all manifestation of things. And when all this was done, the universe and all matter had come into being. I run a virtue, am the evolver of evolutions, the germ of primeval matter, the spirit and the soul of existence. It is I who issue the order of existence. Ladies and gentlemen, we build on topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense. Mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project. AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, we plane of mass. Welcome to the Killah Priest project. We are live, we are alive, we are here, we are back, full effect. Man, what's good? What's good? What's gonna be a crazy show today? It's gonna be off the hook today, man. It's gonna be crazy. First, before I introduce them and everything, I just want to say shout out to the Killah Priest universe. I want to say shout out to all y'all making it happen out there. We are close to the 100K mark. We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom. Yo, we only got, I see that Dally in a bit, New School of Thought. Hey, shalom to you. Yo, we started from the bottom, now we here. We only got 400 more, and we'll be at the 100K mark, so we'll probably get, yes, we're gonna celebrate. This we might do it right here, man. Underland Fortress, shout out to you. We standing up, man. We feeling good right now. Today, I just want to say welcome to the Killah Priest Podcast. I'm your host, Killah Priest Iron Sheik, running the Rockets, none other than AD Dizzle.
Yeah, what's good? Welcome back.
What's good? It's gonna be a great show today. Today, we got Elder Ptah Skr, man. It's gonna be crazy. And before we bring him on, this brother, he needs no introduction. Y'all know him. He's been around the debate league all through. He's never been defeated. He's the world's greatest debater. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know him formerly as a JJ 7000, but his name is Mandika Mali. Make some noise for the punk.
Nazarak Ramet.
Hold
up. Greetings and divine greatness.
This is Ptah.
Divine excellence to the first families. My Nagas, Shamsarus, Nesupitis, Sibas, Sibats, Mutatats, the immortal ones of Mahat cherished, of the phenomenon of precession, New Age order, great golden age of Madhapi Asar, and all citizens, descendants of the Nile Valley Cultural Cosmic Collective Consciousness Spirituality. Many are the mysteries concerning the universe and the Ankh, life that is found within it. This is also true regarding the theories, laws that govern them. Who am I? Where do I come from? Why am I here? And where am I going? All the known and unknown forces of the universe are of one origin. Necessity becomes the order by which these forces reveal themselves. Existence demands that energy be spent. Existence is realized by the expansion of energy that must have a source. In the case of our universe, life is always associated to heat and movement. But the energy that drives the entire universe is of the direct result of the self-creation of Ra Nebuchadnezzar radiation, which produces the phenomenons of attraction and repulsion, along with the anomalies of heat and movement. Ha nata apupa ma'at. How sweet is the ma'at, truth of the Ptah Natarus. Was dejet, life, power, stability. Uja seneb, life, prosperity, health. Uben nefi ke panebu haru ma'ati. Rising always in divine excellence with ma'at, every day, all day. The knowledge of the stars is evident in Ipeteru Shabik them Pamat. And you, fortunately, come to the realization that this understanding was omitted in the development of calendars of other cultures. In this text, I have mentioned a few and will now elaborate on those other calendars and reintroduce to you the ancient African, Kemetic, Asarian solar civil lunar calendar and its unique concept of star time. According to the New Book of Knowledge, a calendar is a system for keeping track of time. It is a kind of clock for the entire year. While a clock measures seconds, minutes, and hours of the day, a calendar measures the days, weeks, and months of the year. This is the accepted definition of a calendar. However, in ancient Tameri, Tanisha, Taneferu, Taneteru, Kemet, Naga, Egypt, the calendar is a seasonal time chart that was regulated and observed by understanding the precession of the stars. From a section entitled, How the Modern Western Calendar Measures Time, the basic units of a calendar are day, week, month, and year. Our modern day calendar has 365 days, divided into 12 months as well as 52 weeks with one extra day. Each week has 7 days. These divisions of time are based upon the movement of the earth, moon, and sun. Where are the mention of stars? Our most earliest ancient African indigenous primordial Naga, Shemseru, Nesubiti, Siwasibats, Mutlatats, the immortal ones of my cherished ancestors, star dated everything. In the temple of Peru was discovered by General during the French intervention of African Egypt in 1798 AD. Inside on a ceiling in an upper room, they found the zodiac of Dendra, starting with the sign of the lion, Leo, during the spring equinox. This circular zodiac indicates a celestial alignment that occurred over 38,000 years ago, and most complete of astronomical charts on Earth. This zodiac of 12 demonstrates that it's a gift of superior black minds and supersedes accepted concepts that suggest that the Chaldeans or Babylonians were the originators of astrology and astronomy, and or that with its name will result. Remember, zodiac zoo. That gap always Rome, and there were no Hebrews, nor Greeks, or Babylonians. The zodiac can be observed inside the squares of the solar calendar. The line also indicates a time when the star Sirius rose cosmically with Ra, our sun, under the sign of the great year Pisces. This helical rising of two kindred stars occurs every 1,461 years and was in unison with the Apagamor days, or Renpet, the ancient Egyptian New Year's, and was known as the symbolic year, or year of years. Now, here's an ideal model of a 38,000-year-old calendar that was in perfect alignment with the stars, and it also was rejected. Why? Let us examine the information that is and was available. The ancient Egyptians conceived of a cycle that included day and night and duat and tuat, and these periods were awarded a certain amount of time. In the modern calendar, this cycle is called a day. The amount of time it's the sun to rise, set, and then rise again. Each day includes a period of sunlight and darkness that was determined by the rotation of the earth and the position of the sun. The ancient Egyptians, of course, they gave names to these days, and this practice continued. In early calendars, a month was the amount of time it took the moon to complete an orbit and undergo its cycles.
Science.
Recalling the very early calendars that were based upon the cycles of the moon, where each cycle of the moon takes 29 and a half days. Compiling a calendar of 10 months would result in a year that is only 354 days long. The Romans, they had 10 months in their early calendar, which ended in the month of D, 10, which had the shortest of years. If we add 13, we're at 383 and a half days. There is no correct solution if the moon is the principal inspiration. Today, it is known that it takes 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds for the Earth to complete a revolution of the sun, which designates a year. This created a problem of what to do with the extra 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds. How could the extra time be taken into account? The European answer was leap year. To make up the extra time, one day is added to the calendar every 4 years. Because of this, many uncertainties have occurred, causing other cultures to create or retain their own calendars. From the zodiac, such as the one found in Dendra, the ancient Egyptians formulated a 10-month solar calendar. This understanding is reflected within the Rasarian solar calendar, which introduces itself as a star chart that is derived from the most earliest ancient African indigenous primordial ancestors' concept of time and space.
Ptah.
It would please me very much at this time that if everyone listening to this recording would consider this premeditation of a calendar. In the vernacular, outer space was the timeless void of darkness before the introduction of the light. Ra was the light, and as the light moved within the void, time was introduced. Our sun is a member of a trinity of suns that play major roles in the development of our quadrant of stars, planets, moons, and life forms. The word was given, and the three stars began to move apart from one another. Their names are Ra, Sirius, and Alcyone. As this separation occurred, the surface of each was lessened by great masses of viscous matter that seemed to escape into space, only to be captured by the gravitational pull of its inceptor. These three stars highlight much of what it is that we see today as we gaze upward and outward. Our view is restricted only through the natural alignment of our Earth and our northern hemisphere. From these bodies of light comes the makings of our zodiac, our solar system, and all the visible constellations.
To serve man.
This natural order as the grid, the 10-month solar calendar was fashioned. Our solar system has 10 heavenly bodies, 1 sun and 9 planets. Thus, they factor together a calendar of 10 months, each consisting of 36 days, 4 weeks in a month, 9 days in a week. They developed a system of 60 seconds to a minute and 60 minutes to an hour. This was done by adding the 12 miles a second it takes the sun to travel around Alcyone. Multiplied 10 times gave them 120 miles of movement in 60 seconds, until realizing that at each cycle of 60, a new star alignment occurred. Thus, the Sidval year was born. It came to be understood the Sidval sighting of Sirius occurred annually at the same time. The sighting of Sirius provided the answers to the number of hours in one orbit of the Earth around the sun, which is 8,766 hours. Armed with this information, a calendar could be accurately devised, consisting of 10 months of 360 days, 4 weeks in a month, 9 days in a week, and 8,766 hours in a year. What made the solar calendar so unique was its concept of time allotment, such as allotting 12 hours to the day and 12 hours to the night, and 35 minutes that were split between the duat and the tuat, the latter being the periods between sunrise and sunset, respectively. This resulted in the sighting of familiar stars at a predictable and seasonal occurrence. Each day of the year was heralded by a star that gave identity to your significance. And in this way, they related the time and the stars. And this produced the first of the ancient Egyptian calendars. It was known as a solar calendar of 360, 24 hours, 35-minute days of the year, based on the sighting of stars. This is an understanding that went beyond the moon and allowed 100% accuracy. Now, some of you in the listening audience may ask the question, did our most earliest ancient African indigenous primordial ancestors equate the moon to their calendar? Yes, strangely enough, in their own way they did. Jehuti, the teacher of Asar, was known as the Neter of the moon. It was under his instigation that the Jehutian calendar, consisting of 365 days and a quarter day, comes into being. Because of the strong effect that the moon displays in other calendars, they are without a doubt derived from this system. The story continues in classic ancient Egyptian pageantry that weaves fact with fiction and theories that involve the movement of the stars. It was after the earth was saved from the insects and the planet was ready for humankind that Ra had forbid the allotment of more time so that mankind could be born on the earth. Only within the existing order of time would life forms be allowed. All the other forms were created and surviving. Only mankind need be added to complete the 7 forms of life that are found on the earth. Seb, the earth Neter, petitioned Lord Jehuti, the moon Neter, to plead with Ra, the sun Neter, for an allotment of time, so that his mate Nut, the sky Netert, could give birth to the earth Neterus. But Ra was unrelenting. It was known that the great company of Neterus would often gather and engage in games of chance. Ra was in need of someone to give names to all the forms of life which he had allowed to evolve. And in this way, his works would have meaning. You see, he was beginning to grow old from the billions and billions of years of existence. He found this task too tedious. A wager was arranged between Ra and Jehuti, with the winner indulging the other. Jehuti would name all the forms of life which he had allowed to evolve if he should lose. While should Ra lose, the 35 minutes that exist between the duat and the twat would be forfeited. In a wager that is known only to the great company of gods and goddesses, Lord Jehuti was the victor. He claimed this prize. The 35 minutes of time that he gained control of, even an exact cycle of 10 months, 4 weeks, 9 days, totaling 360. The 35 minutes when multiplied by 360 totaled 5 1/4 days, added on to a year that still had 8,766 hours. The question now is, how could our most earliest ancient African indigenous primordial ancestors add 5 1/4 days and not have a leap year? This also clarifies the final usage of the moon in our calendar. If you recall that on the zodiac of Dendra, there are mention of the Apagamor days, or Renpet, the ancient Egyptian New Year's. These are the days that were gained by Lord Jehuti. The 5 1/4 days that were onto the 360-day Earth orbit are the days that Earth Neter is born. If you shall beat them Tuaheru Pamaat, the ancient African Vasarian Kemetic solar civil lunar calendar, and the naturological star timeline, they are visible in the month of with the to its phases, signaling the sighting of the 5 1/4 days observance until the stars align again, starting the new year. These 5 1/4 days are accounted for by fasting, prayer, festival, celebration, and observance. Every second of the orbit of the Earth is accounted for in that singular revolution. There was no need of leap year. The understanding that was lost, stolen, and denied with the intervention of Julius Caesar and the Romans. It is obvious that the Romans dissected the Jehutian calendar, which is in use today, adding Latin names and interpretations and the concept of leap year. Remember, the word originates from the Latin word cadet. Shabit dem Twa Heru Pamaat, the ancient African Basarian solar civil lunar calendar and the astrological star timeline, is all of these calendars witches, compasses messages that was depicted on the ancient temple of Heru and Dendera. And in closing this short presentation of the Nagaship, I would like to recite the words of our great paternal father, Asa Unefa, that within the whole of the universe, nothing is ever added and nothing is ever lost. Panata pupamaat onkwas te jeron jas and ben be care panebu heru maati.
Give him a bomb. Give him one of the big bombs. Yeah, give him one of the big bombs. Right. That was fire. That was fire and desire. Fire and desire. Oh man. That was man.
Yes. I wanted to make sure everybody was on a level playing. To give my thanks to being for Killah Priest like I thought by my question 87,000. And where am I going? Go ahead, Molly.
Elder. What up, Molly? Damn.
Everybody, welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. My name is JJ7000, the most feared debate on this planet. Sit your ass down, because I know you can't. Hey, this is what I do, man. It's not about DJ, it's about the Lions Den. Wife engineers. Shout out to just name up in the Lions Den channel. Shout out to TV. And so I'm very honored to bring some of the talent over here, and this is the beginning. Taste it to Hootie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So I say anybody that kind of agrees with me on this stuff, Jabari, I got to bring him out. So like I said, I've been warned for years. I'm not a I was a Hebrew Israelite. He didn't think I know anything about this information. And a lot of these brothers like Jehudi and Elder Ptah Skr, they kind of agree and on the same page as me. So I'm just here, man. I'm here to listen and learn. And this is my cousin from Atlanta. He's kicking in because he want to learn knowledge.
Peace, my brother.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to feed you, trying to eat.
So we appreciate you, Killah Priest.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna let you do his thing. Shalom.
Yeah. Yes, no doubt, man. Shalom. All right, that was magnificent. Man, I don't even know where to start. There was an episode of in Twilight Zone to Serve Man when I think it was a brother who came in and started speaking. The way you did that was so beautiful. I mean, he was showing. Oh man, I got so many questions after that intro. You answered all. So I know you're going to take us to the cosmos, and this is the Podcraft. So we ready. We ready when you take off. And Tahuti will be here in a minute. See, real quick. So you're responsible for the great Tahuti, bringing them to debates.
Yeah. See.
Oh, that's great.
He came into the Lions Den about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, he'll be here in a minute.
Yeah, he came into the 4 or 5 years ago, and I met him through one of his students. And once he got to talking about how he believed in the netters and the netters are real,
right?
It goes with Jabari's teaching. Jabari feel that they're just principles.
Right.
So we have conflicting ideas on what I'm reading, because when I go into the Book of the Dead, they're actually praying to these netters. You know what I'm saying? Netter rules or netters, however you want to pronounce it. So I was like, okay, well, Tahuti, I'm gonna set you up with Jabari, and have a conversation or debate, which Tahuti slaughtered him.
Right.
Tahuti beat Judah Nazareth for the championship, and he took off from there. You know, Judah Nazareth pretty wild, but Yeah, so I appreciate you letting me bring on a bunch of the people who haven't got really a voice. So yeah.
Welcome, man.
But,
Welcome.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let's go to Ptah Asar. Infinite wisdom. That was infinite. That was beautiful. The way you put that presentation together. What do we need to know? What?
How sweet and med say, what's the jet? Life, power, stability. Life, prosperity, health. Ubit, nafikia pande buharuma ati, rising always in divine excellence with ma'at. Every day, all day, every day. I'd like to give a shout out to the Killah Priest for inviting me to his platform.
No doubt.
I am honored to be on your prestigious platform, my brother.
Thank you.
And I also like to give a shout out to JJ 7000, Mendika, Mali, and to all our listening audience across America and around the world. You are listening and tuned into the Killah Priest platform.
Peace.
Dua.
And you speak
words, and netta means the netures, or what you would say God. We don't use the word God because if you use the word God, Hellenizes yourself. It defrequentizes yourself. It Hellenizes you into the Hellenistic paradigm doctrines of humanity. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to break down the logistics and the dynamics, and we're going to bring the receipts and the evidence and the requisition slips. So I know I'm on. You got to bring the evidence with you. So I had it all for you, but I'm going to take you out of all of the scholarship. I have scholarship, but I'm not a scholar.
Right.
I would insult all my ancestors, even for scholars. If you're a scholar, they must know that the first school of scholarship is Plato. He was Greek, and Plato went to our school. So why would I say that I went to his school when he came from my school, unless I'm an agent, unless I'm an undercover agent? That's why I don't understand these teachers today. Okay, I don't teach history. I am not a history. I am ours. I'm here to discuss our story. Now I know many of historians. They know 1,000 things to tell you. They can tell you all the things you want to know about history. Black History Month. Anytime you see the word history, anytime you hear the word history, it's broken into two words. His story ain't got nothing to do with you. In the annals of history, they got their foot on your neck and you're in chains. In there 4,500 years. That's why I'm here to do today's topics of discussion. Just treasure. Treasure. And the precious treasure. Get your notebook out. Get your. I'm not trying to repeat myself. I'm here to babysit. I'm not here to take your temperature. And I'm sure not here to is to endow you with your divine birthright, which is the precious treasure. The precious treasure is the irrefutable and undisputable truth that there is existence after life, which is immortality. Or you know, in our divine doctrines. The word death doesn't exist. The end of one thing is the perpetual evolutions of another. There's no ending. One ending is the beginning. One thing is the ending. It's perpetual evolutions of existence. And this is what this is. This is the gospel. And we're going to break down also, we're going to discuss
Star
We're
gospel.
going to discuss the birth of the Shenu legend. I don't even know why I got this thing in my hand. I'm trying to follow a script, man. I can't follow a script, man. I got to hit this for the hip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is
Off the
the
hip.
precious. With this symbol here in the middle is the precious treasure. Okay. I'm going to instruct you in primordial temple discipline. This is the first of all, Anuk Ptah Skr Asar. I am Ptah Skr Asar. I am the royal scribe, master craftsman, and keeper of our cosmic time. Okay, I am the chief executive officer of the Nagaship Association and of the Nagati Institute of Cosmic Awareness, Spiritual Consciousness to help you remember your divine birthright. I don't want you to remember. Do not remember. Because if you remember, you just got hit with the etymological corruption of your Hellenistic slave master. He took the Ra, which is Ra, the light, and he turned it to Re. If you look inside your logistics inside your books, you always notice Ra spelled Re. Why do they keep spelling Ra, Re? Because it defrequentizes. Okay, it's the etymological corruption. They're trying to lower your body, your frequency, because you're in tune to the cosmic vibratorial frequency, but you haven't got there yet, okay? Because of what you're eating. But first of all, I'm still running my mouth, but I want to say to you in primordial temple discipline, in order for me to even have a conversation with you right now, I have to present myself to the ancestors. I have to present myself to the ancient ones, the Ptah and our ancestors. Yeah. Okay, everybody says my ancestors this, my ancestors that. Ain't nobody got the clue about their ancestors. They're lying to you. You know I know they're lying? Because you don't know how to tell time. This is what I'm here to bring you, your precious treasure. Without understanding the concept of cosmic time, you can't understand your ancestors, because we have 5 first ancestors. So if somebody tells you about the ancestors, ask them about their first 5. And these are the first 5 are the ones that were born from the womb of Newt, the sky, and begotten the stem the earth. And when they had children, when you heard when I break down the MP3 audio recording, I just had that play that one. I wanted everybody to be on a level playing field. There's no sense of trying to play basketball on the tennis court, trying to play football on an ice hockey thing. You can't do it. We all have to be on the same grid. So I'm here to present the grid to you. And I begin by performing my Hesi, my Saku, my affirmation, and my cosmic libation, so that I may attune you to the cosmic forces that affords, that allow you love, guidance, and protection through the daily experiences of carnival matter.
He doesn't really like red.
In the 70s, it was okay to say, yeah, I call upon the ancestors, and I take out take out your cup and you pour the plant water on the plant. That's from the 60s and the 70s, and maybe the 80s and the 90s. If they're still doing this today, they're part of the problem. Because you say, I asked the ancestors permission to speak, and I ain't heard one ancestor get up and tell you nothing. So shut your mouth. Oh, I'm talking to the people in the audience. They're the ancestors talking to the ancestors. That's all Mickey Mouse. That's spookism again. We don't have spookism. We have to triangulate consciousness, which means that you have to have your sacred science, your divine mathematics, and your cultural cosmic collective conscious spirituality. We don't have a religion. Religion is used to control you. Religion is the mind control by your colonizers. We have no religion. Religion was the beginning of monotheism. We know monotheism began with Akhenaten, back with the Amenah. He's the one when Amenhotep the third passed away, and Queen Tai put her son on the throne. But that goes back into the day. I'm just talking about we don't have we don't have a God. We have the Netchers. And these Netchers came from a creator who is a he and a she, who we call Nebuchadnezzar. In the sacred, all my evidence, all of my requisition slips are written in stone. It's written in the pyramid text, the Coffin text, the Shabaka stone, the Kemenu, the Heliopolis text, the Theban text. Okay, it's written in stone. And it just did. Ray Charles can come up there with his walking stick and read it with his hands. Okay, that's the evidence I'm producing for you right now. But before I begin, don't get me wrong. I'm all hyped up. I'm in a a friendly environment. I get to speak by, they got me locked up for 50 years. I couldn't even get out on nobody's platform. You know what I mean? I'm trying to okay?
Yeah.
But let me just say before I begin, because we're talking about the precious treasure. Okay? I want to do the poems and also, okay, the precious treasure is your cosmic time. So so this doesn't work anymore. This was good for the 60s, 70s, back when you're in jail, you know, everything in jail, when you're in jail, only thing happened was Islam. So everybody became Muslims because, you know, that was the only hip information that was happening. I'm from the 50s. I'm a 50s baby. I'm 72 years old.
Man.
Okay? So, you know.
Wow,
you know,
I couldn't even tell.
I've been in the temple for 65 years. I was born in the temple. I used to push my cot around. Okay? And you know, at this time, I had to be released. I've been undercover so long, I forgot how to come up. You know what I'm saying? But I had to come up because we're in a cosmic time in this phenomenal recession, in this 26,000-year-old cycle. We just entered. You are so fortunate and so auspicious that you are living in two great ages. In the year 2012, on December 21st, the Mayans and the Dogons interpreted that it'd be the end of time. It wasn't the end of time. It was the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. The 26,000-year cycle, the phenomenal precession. That was the wrong interpretation. That my ancestors never said it was the end of this. It was the end of the world. It's not. It's the beginning. This is part of our existence. We can trace our existence back. I can trace this back 5 million years with this. If that means to measure. Halu means the day. That's where we get the Amen, Refugishi, our ancestors now, Samaj Ptah, they would say Ipet, which means Ipet means to measure. So Ipet is a way of saying calendar, a solar calendar. We call it a Shabit. And Twa Halu, Shabit is the shadow. Shabit and Twa is the star. So you get the shadow, you got the star, the Shabit and Twa Halu, and Halu is the light or the day. And Ma'at means according to the doctrines of Ma'at. So the reason why we use the shadow as your interpretation now, because now you have to embrace the concept of self-creation. That's what I'm about to release upon you right now. The doctrines of immortality is the concept of self-creation. We're here to listen, to grow, and to self-create, to create a new version of ourselves, become more perfect.
Right.
We become more perfect by embracing these cosmic forces. So, in this testing cycle, this affirmation, and this cosmic libation, it's a mathematical equation at the end of it. There's 3 parts broken down. And on the 3rd part, I break down the mathematical equation. I tell you how long it's been since the stars, what day of the year it is. That means that many days behind represents the day that the star. Your microphone is on. I can hear you.
Yeah. Oh. That's that's Tahuti, Elder.
Oh, he can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Dua Siba. That's Tahuti. I see him. Hey, Dua Siba. I was waiting for you. It's an honor to meet you. So what I was saying was that I'm going to introduce you to this Hesed. So this is what you need to. You have to adapt yourself to addressing the cosmic forces. These ain't spookism, they ain't principles. The netches are principles. The principles, the netches are real. If you don't believe the netches are real, let me do me a favor right now. Put your hand on your nose and put your hand on your mouth and hold your breath for 20 minutes. It don't make sense if someone even tell you that they don't exist. The netches are for real. You can't exist without them. It's the netches. They are the elements. They are matter, solids, liquids, and gases. Okay, but anyways, I'm still running my mouth. I haven't even did my Hesed. I'm just excited to be on your platform, man. Let me just continue. I'm trying to introduce primordial temple discipline. Let me produce my Hesed. Hetepu, hetepu, hetepu. Dua, dua, dua-u, dua-u. Nezarek, Ramech, Hotep. Greetings and divine greatness. Divine excellence to the first family of the New Age Order. My Nagas, my Shamsarus, my Nesbitis, my Hemets, Sibas and Sibats, Muknatats, the immortal ones of Ma'at Cherish, the phenomenon of precession, New Age Order, great golden age of Ptah Skr Asar, and all citizens, descendants of the Nile Valley Cultural Cosmic Collective Consciousness Spirituality. O Ast Ermut Patnataru Pa Nebu, the mother of the Patnatarus, the mistress of Pet, the maker of mankind, she who is mighty in Usha Medu Nefer Heka U, divine words of power, mother of all initiation, bless and protect with abundance us humble servants for Ankh life being now present. For we seek the counsel of the ancient ones, and we practice daily the ancient Ma'atin ways and the ancient Ma'atin truths. We strive evermore to become one with you in this world and in the existence to come. We ask that you bless and protect us with abundance on this, the 248th Haru, day of the year after the helical rising. 112 Haru, days remaining until Ubin Suptit, Suptit Cyrus rising. Utwat, Samai Tawi, Wetren Pet Dejihem, New Year's celebration. The 32nd Haru day of the 7th Abed month of Herukuti, the 4th Haru day of Mesta, the 8th Haru day of the 1st Abed month of the 3rd Earthra season of Kurt, Red Pet year number 15, AFNK/ST, after the founding of New Kemet, Naga Kemet, Samai Tawi, phenomenal precession, New Age order, great golden age of Ma'at Apiyasa. We ask that you bless and protect with abundance our families and our friends and all those of us who gather together to worship in your most holy, sacred, and glorious ancient Tamarian name of Ast Ermut Patnataru Pa Nebu. For in the art of seeking you, there is much comfort. So is it spoken, so let it be written, so let it be done. So shall it be, for now and forever forward. Ra never Teshara, Pa Nata, Uncle Pa Ma'at, Uncle Sweet, Uncle Ma'at, Uncle Partner Through, Uncle Western Dead, life, power, stability, Uncle Johnson them, life, prosperity, health, Ubin, Nephi Kia, Pandabu, Ma'ati, rising always, divine excellence with Ma'at, every day, all day, every day. Atumra, Pearl Tap. Now that's your Hesse, that's your Sakura. What I just did was I just aligned you with the star, something, and Cyrus. Because that's how we tell cosmic time. Our sun and Cyrus do a binary dance. And if I had power to share, I could just show you the Dream Stellar of nothingness the first. Or I could show you any powers of anything. And you can see at the front, on the top register, if they read left to right and right to left, you see the circle and the dot, and you see 3 strokes, 4 strokes, whatever day it is. You see the moon with the month, tells you what month it is, it tells you Akhet, Shemu, Perk, tells you what season it is. Even Jehuti had to say that when he's in front of Herukuti, the Sphinx, or whatever you want to, Greek name you call him the Sphinx, we call it Herukuti, and Sekhmet. That's the masculine, the feminine aspect of it. But I'm just saying, this is how our ancestors gave us the message in Meduneta on how, because you have to remember that you're never in the same spot twice. It might look like the next day you're in the same spot, but you're not in the same spot. The earth is rotating on its axis. Then it revolves around the sun. And it's tilted 23.5 degrees from vertical, which makes it wobble. And one wobble means 26,000 years. And that's called the phenomenon of precession. So we're going to go through this. We're going to go through the 3 dimensions of time, 3 motions of the earth, the 4 dimensions of time. Then we're going to go to the 5th dimension, which is Tempe the first time. We're going to bring it all together so you can have, because then we have to identify why it is. First, we got to ask ourselves the question, why is it that our slave master or our colonizer, they're called slave master, you know what I'm saying? This guy can wake up every morning and pass down to his children and his descendants how to maintain your mental, physical, spiritual subjugated slavery. Yet you can't wake up to pass down your divine birthright to your children, to your descendants of freedom or liberty or of immortality. What is the device? What is the mechanism? What is the hoodoo spell that he got on us that we can't figure this out? Because I know when you went to sleep last night, you didn't want to wake up to be no slave. But when you woke up, guess what? You were slave. You're going back to the plantation. You're gonna punch that clock, and guess what he did? I'm gonna break this to you. I do this a million times. I'm gonna bring it. I'll just give it to you direct real quick because I gotta get you out of this historical and this thing. But I'm trying to tell you what. Somebody might ask the question, what I need this calendar for? I need this calendar. I got 7 days in a week, and I know on Friday I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make it rain and pop some bottles and make it rain. You know what we gonna do. You know what you're gonna do on Friday. Don't act like you don't know. Okay? I'm saying we ain't got time for that stupidity. That is the Hellenistic paradigm doctrines of Indian humanity. For those who are my young Sebas or young master teachers, you know, female, feminine, or masculine. If you got another wireless device, just Google the word Hellenistic. Right? There's some words you got to understand in order to be, because these people who are scholars, they're called theologians. They're called ecclesiastics. See, they know. Everybody on this planet knows that there's 9 days in a week. How do you know? If you're a scholar and you're supposed to do your due diligence, you do research, how come you didn't research that? How come you didn't fall upon that? And if you fall upon that and you didn't care, that means that you're an agent. Because we understand that, how do we know there's 9 days in a week? For scholar, I'm trying to bring some receipts right now for your scholar. I know this is a scholarship community. You know, like I say, I'm not a scholar, but I got the scholarship. I'm gonna give you the receipts because I'm gonna bring you into the Naga-ship and to bring you into our story. And when I take you into our story, you're gonna have to fasten your seatbelt, grab your oxygen mask, because I'm gonna send you up into the primordial ocean of nothing. I'm gonna make you breathe water. I'm gonna make you grow gills. I'm gonna make you embrace your divine birthright of immortality. And that's where we're gonna go. So there you go. So here you go for you scholars. Do your due diligence. I want you to Google. You got another wireless device, Google 754 AUC, the acronym AUC. That acronym is A is AB, Ab. U is Urbe, URBE. And C is Cortita, CORDITA.
Google that word.
Ab Urbe Cortita.
Yeah.
Google the word.
You want to see it? Okay.
Ab Urbe Cortita. Ab Urbe Cortita. If you're in New York City, you look on a police badge. And at the end of it, it'll say New York and it'll say Cortita. Cortita means city. And Ab Urbe Cortita, and that means upon the founding of the city of Rome. And you want to Google. What you want to Google is first calendar reform. Google first calendar reform, and then put in 754 AUC. Don't put in BC. Don't put in BCE, because that's for the slave mentality.
Right.
This is the way they was using time before. See, because the Gregorian chronological timeline can count back from 2026 AD, right? AD means Adi Domini, you know, in the year of our Lord. Okay, it doesn't mean after death, okay? So you count back 2026 years, you end up at 0, right? And 0 is AD, turns into BCE.
It's freezing up BC, a little bit too.
Which is before the Christian era, okay? Am I okay to continue, Steve?
Yes.
Am I okay?
Yes, indeed.
So I'm trying to just get everybody through this calendar reform because this is how they stole your time.
Just
when you wake up in the morning, first of all, when you wake up in the morning, what do you don't catch? Because you're eating that food. You're eating that food that's destroying your whole body. What did you do? I'm gonna tell you what you do real quick. I know I woke up, got chicken to the kids and all this other stuff. No, that's not what you did. When you woke up, the first thing you did was you looked at your watch. First thing you did was you looked at your watch. And when you look at your watch, you're caught. He got you. He got you. You know why? Because the watch is programmed for GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, and UTC, which is Universal Time. The center of the man, which is England, and said that's the center of the Japan. That's for you know what I'm saying? When I say and I mean Naga. Of course, you're gonna. That's for people to maintain your message. Because you know what's happening. You gotta look at the calendar now. And you look at the timeline. This is the Necheru, a logical star timeline. We don't use the chronological timeline. So there we go. So now, let's get past this one. This is called calendar reform. If you're a scholar, you gotta know this. All ecclesiastic, all theologians know this information. So you gotta make sure you got your, you gotta have it in your repertoire. Okay? So now here we go. 754 AUC, you're going to see first calendar reform. And you're going to see the names Eratosthenes, Eratho, Eratosthenes. Once you put in Erath, predictive text is going to come up with his name, because once you put in AUC, Abraham, they think that you're a theologian. The computer, the mainframe and the algorithm of the computer thinks that you're, and they know that information is given to people to keep incarcerated. So they're going to show you Eratosthenes and Aristarchus, who are Greeks. Now, 754 AUC, right? It says Ab Urbe Cortita, which means on the founding of the city of Rome. But we know that Rome did not exist in 754. Excuse me?
I don't want to cut your wisdom right now. We just have a little problem with the
Is it
it's
me?
coming. It's coming. No, it's not you. It's the visual. The visual now it's coming back now. But I don't want to cut your wisdom. Continue taking us on this flight.
The audio works.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get you off this terrestrial plane so you can understand what's happening to you, why you're gonna fall, and you can counter it, and you can counter it in the morning, the next morning.
Indeed.
Okay, you can have your first day.
Mm.
You could go a whole lifetime and never have your first day. They got you as the you're born in the United States of America, and you get a birth certificate. You are a prisoner of war, maritime law, and you go to the stock exchange. And then the first thing they do on your Gregorian calendar, if you are born on a Gregorian calendar, that means the Gregorian calendar is a perpetual calendar. This is perennial. Our calendar is perennial. I'm still using Latin words just to relate to you. Perennial in Latin means fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perpetual means it's continuous, right? So if January the 1st, hypothetically speaking, is on a Monday. Next year it's on a Tuesday. Next year it's on a Wednesday. Next year it's on a Thursday. And guess what? After 4 years, it goes to leap year, so it jumps to Saturday. So guess what that means? After 7 years, the star that was in the sky at your birthday is no longer. They stole your birthday already. They just raping you and pillaging you everything you do. They're making money off us. Everything we do, they got everything they're making money off comes from us because of us not having consciousness of what's going on around. Anyway, they stole your birthday. Okay. Then now you wake up, and then so let's go. I just want to explain that about the calendar. Now here you go, 754 AUC. Now Google. And that says upon the founding of the city of Rome. But we know if you're a historian and you're a scholar, you know that Rome don't come into picture until 200 BCE. So what is Rome doing in 754? They just jumped on this just to compound it, to confuse you. And this is how they work. You know, they work with you with the masters of the masters of hypnotism. That's not the word I wanted to use. You know, they can the masters of manipulation. They're manipulators. Okay, so what they did, so now boom, here's Rome not even supposed to be there. So now you go down. We're going backwards. They count backwards now. That's how they count. They got you counting backwards and then counting up. You don't know if you're coming or going. You got daylight saving time. They're taking you out. They're playing with you 95 miles an hour. You don't even have a clue. You don't even care because, hey, here comes payday on my Friday. I'm getting paid. I'm going to make it rain, pop the bottles. You know what I'm saying? It's vicious. It's dysfunctional, okay? It's out of control, okay? I got mothers crying. I got babies dying. I got stars aligning. We're getting ready to inherit the whole planet again. But guess what? I wouldn't give it back to you ends either because you don't know how to tell time. What am I going to do? You're going to give it back to Jesus? You're going to go, you're going to give it to Buddha? You don't know yourself. This is not anything about anybody's religion or anything. I'm just that I was okay. I can. But you know, I got mothers crying and babies dying. You mess with my mothers, you mess with my babies, you're in trouble. Okay. I got stars aligning. I got the sun is just passing into the cosmic rift. It's driving 9 planets with us because we just completed a 26,000 year cycle. And as it goes through this rift, it encapsulates itself in a bubble. And as it goes through this bubble to protect us, this viscous matter is pulled off the surface of the sun. And sometimes these CMEs, coronal mass injections, are earth directed. And this creates environmental relapse, climate change, and what they call environmental relapse. And it creates extinction protocols. We're on the verge of extinction of protocols, but guess what? Them are our nets. When you're talking about the cosmic forces, you're talking about our nets, so they're on our side. So when they talk about the prophecies, these prophecies, and of course these other fools are going to come, they're going to suck it up and say it came some biblical prophecies or something. They attacked all that from us. But anyways, let me just get down to this calendar reform. I'm trying to relate to this. I'm trying to keep you scientifically mathematic. I'm trying to keep your mind, because it's the first time I speak at light speed.
You great, man.
Because I'm trying to keep. I want you to connect to the frequency. It's a frequency. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. It's a perturbation. It's the acoustic. This is the perturbation. Your heartbeat.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the beginning of the sound, the vibration. This goes into macrocosm, the microcosm. This goes into string and a strand theory. We're going to go into science. We're going to go into mathematics. We're going to go into all this. But let me just get you off the ground for a minute. So let me just tell you where they play the tricks on you at.
Right.
So now you go, Google second calendar reform, which is the Decree of Canopus. The Decree of Canopus 1, 2, and 3, which is for Ptolemy the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. All theologians know this. Now, the fourth calendar reform is 46 BCE. So they reformed the calendar 5 times already. Why do they keep reforming the calendar? See, this is how I busted them. I busted them 50 years ago. Okay? And I said, what's going on? So he got 46 BCE is the Julian calendar or the Greco-Roman calendar. Then the next calendar reform is 325 AD, which is the Council of Nicaea. You know what I mean? Emperor Constantine wanted to know, because everybody with the Christian thing going around, there was so many gospels and everything, and the whole empire was in shambles. So he brought all the bishops to the Council of Nicaea, and he wanted to know, was Jesus the Father, the Son, was he the Holy Ghost? I mean, what the heck was this guy? And one of the bishops from Egypt, his name was Arius, and Arius said, listen, he ain't the Father, he ain't the Son, he ain't the Holy Ghost, he's my man Ptolemy. So this all comes out of Ptolemy the first, Soter, Serapis, September, when Alexander passed away in Persia, and he had 18 generals, and they drew lots, and Ptolemy drew Egypt through the luck of the draw. But anyways, now the next calendar reform is the 1585, which is the Gregorian calendar. So now you know the calendar reforms that you got to research. You got to put your own work in, okay? Right. Now, here's the issue. They gave us a lunar cycle calendar. Our calendar is solar, sidereal, or sidereal, and lunar. Okay, and then I superimposed the Gregorian calendar right on top of it to make it a practical calendar, because the Gregorian calendar ain't nothing but a plagiarized version of our calendar anyway. It was easy to superimpose it right on top to make it a practical calendar.
Right.
So now, why do they have to keep reforming the calendar? Because a lunar cycle calendar is based on the cycles of the moon. As you listen to the MP3 audio we had at the beginning of the show, the moon waxes and wanes every 29 and a half days. So you can't keep an accurate calendar with the lunar cycle calendar. That's why we have a lunar cycle calendar is an agricultural calendar. It's a seasonal calendar. It's used for growing crops. It's used for regulating a woman's menstrual cycle, the birth and gestation. It's used for the high tides and the low tides, and it's used for the inundation of the Nile. Inundation. I mean, not so that you get a few more things out of it. I'm just saying, okay, just trying to narrow it down, okay? Now, so that means that you could so they kept it because Eratosthenes and Aristarchus were the Greeks in 754 who when they came in and finessed their way, because at that time, you count back Gregorian calendar to 0 up to 323 is Alexander. Then you go to 754 is the first calendar before. You go 300 more years, you're at 1000 BCE. That's the Nubian kings. That's the 25th dynasty kings. You got Pianki, Tahaka, Shabaka, and Espalta. Matter of fact, I want to tell you about Espalta. I am the only I have the only reconstructed Egyptian burial chamber tomb room. It's in Boston, Mass. At the museum. It's at the MNCAAA, the Museum of the National Center of African American Artists at 300 Walnut Ave, Roxbury, Boston, Mass. I am the Royal Chief Mortuary Architect of the Royal Burial Chamber of Nesubiti Espalta, okay? But we get to that another time. I just want to bring somebody got your wireless. I've been hiding for 50 years. Matter of fact, let me look out my window, see if there's a red beam out there right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now here we go. So 1000 BCE. I try to keep a little humor in here.
Yeah,
knock the stuff up. You know, I'm not saying I'm just a humble servant of the light. I'm on a mission from Ra, Nebuchadnezzar Ra, to deliver your divine birthright of immortality, which is the precious treasure. So someone asks you what the precious treasure is, it's immortality. That's what you went to sleep this morning, last night, for immortality, to regain your immortality. When you wake up, you embrace your immortality by saying your Hesse. You got to tell the nature. You ain't telling me nothing. You have to tell the ancestors or the Patnatarus or the ancient ones. So when you talk about the ancient ones, you're talking subatomic energy. You're talking inside the primordial ocean. You're passing through the speed of light, and light is only 198,000 miles per second. So you have to be you got to be scientific. You got to be mathematic.
Yeah. There's something going on with the
astronomy, and then you add sound
with the visuals.
And that gives you absolute accountability.
Hold on, Elder.
And style validation. So, yes.
Let me keep going. Okay. Is it starting to move? Oh, okay. All right.
Real time.
All right.
So,
yeah, continue, please.
Go ahead. Do you want to come in? You want to come in, Killah Priest?
No. We was having a little problem with the video, but now we good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
I don't want to stop.
I just want to
going.
give you scholars. I just want the scholars to give them a grounding. If they want to check me out, they don't know me from a hole in the head. You know what I'm saying? I was kicked out of the conscious community 30 years ago. I told them there was 9 days in a week.
Damn.
So here we go.
Could you?
So here we go.
Yeah.
So here we go. Here we go. How do you know there's 9 days in a week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you? Because I told you it's 9 days in a week. You're a scholar. You're the detective. Detect it. You got the first calendar reform, 754 AUC. Then you got the second. The second calendar reform is the Decree of Canopus, which is 1, 2, and 3. Just Google Decree of Canopus 1, 2, and 3, which is Ptolemy the 1st, 3rd, and the 5th. And let me give you some reference here. The Decree of Canopus number 5 is the Rosetta Stone. The piece that you see, the Rosetta Stone, that Champollion deciphered the Medunetta from, that came from the Decree of Canopus number 3. Okay, just to give you some reference.
Right.
Now you go down to, now we got the 46 BCE.
Right.
And Julius Caesar rose up on Cleopatra, who is the last descendant of the Greek Ptolemy. Of course, he married a Nubian queen, and they married a Nubian queen, so the bloodline got thicker. You understand what I'm saying? But that was the Ptolemy dynasty, was the Greek dynasty, which originally was a black dynasty. But of course, when Ptolemy took over, it was all white. They ran out. That's when they whitewashed everything, like they got whitewashed all over the planet. It was that time in the when all the melanated people, because we ruled, it was a global Naga present, okay? When I say Naga, I mean melanated people. Naga in our text means the immortal ones of Ma'at. Naga means the universal monarch. Naga means he or she who is the protector and the custodian of the planet. We were protector of the earth, the air, the mountains, the fish, the bees, the bird. You understand what I'm saying? That was our position on this planet, and to bring forth the cosmic breath, so that everybody knows the divine birthright. Okay, and our megalithic and monolithic architectural monuments are all over the planet. You can't go nowhere without seeing it. Pyramids all over the world. Okay, and each pyramid and each megalithic and monolithic architectural structure is orientated to the celestial axis, and they're built in polygonal and polymer construction. Okay, they can't even build them today. But we know that this technique of construction through polygonal and polymer and cyclopean, that means the bricks that come out look like a jigsaw puzzle, and some of them have protuberance sticking out of them. That's how we know And then they got the architectural monuments that got stones that are 100 tons. They can't move them today. How is we moving these things? I'm gonna tell you now that spacemen came down and moved the rocks for us. We was in tune with the cosmic forces and the telluric forces. It's called conductivity discontinuity. We can move things by extracting the energy out of the earth at certain spots. And then how do we know to build these temples on these spots? Because it's like the spectrum of the rainbow. When you see the rainbow and you don't see where it's landing, somebody is seeing where it's landed. And where it lands, there is telluric forces, energy that's protruded, that has water underneath, and it's electromagnetic energy. But anyways, that's another conversation for another thing. But anyways, we're talking about Ptah. We got down the Kriya Canopus. Now we go to the next one. That is the Julian calendar. So Julius Caesar rose up on Sosthenes. Sosthenes is the chief vizier of Cleopatra. Sosgen. Google it. Sosgen Sosthenes. As soon as you put in Sosthenes, the predictive text is going to come up with Sosthenes. He's the vizier of Cleopatra. And Julius Caesar puts his knife up to his neck, puts his genitals in his rectum, because you know what the Romans were doing. And he says, I'm Julius Caesar. Put me on the map. He says, I came, I saw, I conquered. You ever heard that Latin word? Yo vide, yo vede, yo vete? Yo vide, yo vede. That's Caesar saying, I came, I saw, and I conquered. I conquered Gaul. I conquered Greece. You know what I'm saying? He says, put me on the map. So Sosthenes said, yo, man, take your knife off my neck and take your genitals out my rectum. You know, I'm on your platform now. I'm not worried about it right now. You know, I'm just trying to talk to the people, plain and simple. You know, I'll go OG, I'll go NG, I'll go Priestley. I'm just trying to get the message across because somebody's got to wake up. I just don't have time to babysit. So anyways, Julius Caesar, but I'll try to make it child friendly now.
You good.
I mean, I apologize.
You good.
So Julius Caesar said, put me on the map. So we went from, it's 10 months in a year, and there's 9 days in a month, 9 days in a week, 9-day week, 10 months in a year. So we went from 10 months to 11. We went from 9 days to 8. Okay. Julius got assassinated in the Senate. You know, et tu, Brute, beware the Ides of March. They said, don't go to the Senate. You know what I mean? All the senators stabbed them. You know, the Roman senators, like the senators that you got today. They'll take you out in a heartbeat. Matter of fact, let me calm that shit. Let me calm that down. And so, bam. So now we went from. So Julius got assassinated, and the last one to stab him was Brutus. You ever see the plays Et tu, Brute? You know, you too, Brutus. Yeah, Brutus got him too. Bam. So there goes Julius. And then came Tiberius. Then came Augusta. Augustus Caesar came. So Augusta rose up on Cleopatra after they took care of Mark Antony, that battle there. And then he rose up on Sosthenes. Sosthenes having a bad 10 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
He gets the knife up there again, and, you know, the regular. And so, bam. So we went from, so he said, okay, just, you know, be cool, man. So we went from 8 days to 7. We went from 11 months to 12. How do we know? That. How do we know this is true? How do we know this is true? Because dice, there's in Spanish, Latin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is 10. So why is December our 12th month? Don't nobody want to ask that question? Well, it's Nove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Nueve is Nove. Nove is 9. Why is 9 our 11th month? Octo. Octo is the Latin root word for 8, like octagon, 8 sides, like octopus has 8 tentacles. Why is it our 10th month? Ain't nobody ever asked that question? I mean, you know, I mean, you gotta ask the question. You ask the question about anything else. Okay. So now that is because the 2 historical figures, July and August, Augustus Caesar and Julius Caesar, are on the calendar. They don't belong in the calendar. There goes the mathematical equation. Okay. And then the monthly thing. I mean, ask yourself a question. I mean, you know, do you know? I bet you if I ask you how many days are in the month of July, how many days in the month of August, how many days in the month of January, February, don't nobody know. You know, it's either 30 or 31. You don't know exactly. Yeah. And then February got 28, and every 4 years it's 29. You know what they make you do? They make you sing. They make you sing a nursery rhyme. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest has 28.
Right.
Except for, I mean, all the rest has 30. I mean, 20. And February has 28, and every 4 years it's 29. It's a game. They just keep you moving. They don't let you, and they keep you distracted. And of course, so I wanted to get you past that. I just want to give you something you can work on, do your little research. But now I just want to, before I even go any further, I like to present the Nagaship of the Libet.
I like that.
Because right now, we have a Libet. We don't have a diet. Because etymologically speaking, die is in the word. So you know you're going to die. If you got a diet, they're already telling you from the grip, you're going to die. So why would you have a diet unless you're retard yourself? It doesn't make sense. We're dysfunctional. So we have a Libet, okay? And there's only 5 rules. 5 golden Nagaship rules of the Libet. If you're a Shemsuru, a Nesubiti, a Hemet, feminines are Mutnatats, a Hemet, Siba Sibat, immortal ones of Ma'at who want to live forever.
Right.
There's 5 golden rules.
Elder.
Rule number 1.
Right.
Yes.
Could you break down each of what you just said? You said that the business.
The 5 golden rules?
Yeah. So for the audience who don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to break down the 5 golden rules.
Oh, the names.
Rule number 1.
Right.
Oh, rule number 1
right.
is eat only of the seed. Write that down.
Right.
Eat only of the seed. If it doesn't have a seed, don't put it in your mouth. The only thing you put in your mouth that doesn't have a seed is water. And of course, your mother's nipple. Don't forget your mother's nipple. See, I had that one in for keep the comedy. You know, that's to keep the comedy, keep everybody laughing. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. That's rule number 1. It's only of the seed. Yeah. So if it doesn't have a seed, you don't put it in your mouth. Rule number 2 is never eat and drink at the same time. Rule number 2. Never eat and drink at the same time. You ever notice when you're eating, you're at the table and you put that food in your mouth and you're grabbing that glass and rinsing it down.
Right.
You don't need to drink nothing because if you chew the food, it's going to produce its proper slobber. And when you eat and drink at the same time, you mix your solids with your liquids. And when solids with your liquids, when it gets down to your stomach, it creates an acidy brew. That's why everybody's blowing up this way, blowing up that way, blowing up that way. That's why all the men are losing their hair, because your hair follicles are burning out because you're overworking the system.
Right.
Okay. All right. I haven't eaten
at restaurants.
5 years. Yes, go ahead.
At restaurants, that's the first thing they serve you. They give you when you go out. They give you the water.
Yeah, they set you up. They set you up. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong when he sets you up. Just take the water, drink it real quick. I wouldn't even drink that water. You know,
you want more, right?
You know what I'm saying? But because it has no alkaline in it. Anyway, that's what we eat the table. That means from the vine, from the tree, or from the ground. It's only coming from 3 places. If you find another place the food's coming from, you tell me, unless you're eating flesh. I'm talking about the seed. Okay? Rule number 4 is never eat to your fill. Don't glut yourself. Don't overeat. Save something for someone else. Because when you overeat, you shut the body down and the body goes dormant. You have to sleep because the body shuts down. There's no energy. You drain the energy out. And rule number 5 is fast occasionally. For certain periods of the year, you must refrain from eating to cleanse, purify, detox the body of all contaminants. 5 rules. And you break it. As soon as you got up this morning, you already broke that rule. Eat of the seed. You know, you went there and bought that bacon and eggs and you drink that out juice at the same time and you wonder why you're sick. Now the food that you're eating today is not even food. You see the Epstein files, I want to bring it up. But you see that they're showing you that there's no food in the McDonald's. It's not even selling you real food. They're selling you human bodies. They're telling you that they're selling HMOs. That's all. They got the forever drugs in the food now. They're trying to exterminate us. We are the best of the best of the best who survived the Atlantic slave trade. But don't forget, we was already here in America because we was here millions and millions of years with the Olmecs. Before the Olmecs, we was building pyramids and we was already here. That's already evidence that we was already here. And that's how when they took they tethered us with what they made that move with the transatlantic slave trade, and then they characterized us all as African as slaves, and they stole the land, and you know what I mean, that same old bait and hook thing. But anyways, I don't want that's another story for another chapter and everything else. Let's just stay to the narrative, man. It's just so much to discuss. But let's just talk about our immortality and our story. So here we go. So now just remember how they stole your time. And that's just a little tap on it. Now let me bring it together. Now that we got that far, let me bring it together for you. So today is the 248th day of the year, meaning 248 days ago, the star and the sun rose together. That's called the helical rising. Google it. Helical, 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 the helical rising. That is a scientific phenomenon that occurs. It's an anomaly. It's the only time that a star is in the sky with the sun. And it happens on the Giza, it happens on the Nilotic meridian. Just Google the Nilotic meridian, 30 longitude, 30 latitude, right? If you look at a map on your wall that has world landmass, you go 30 longitude, 30 latitude. One time it's in the Atlantic Ocean, and the next time it's right on top of the pyramids, the Merku in Kemet or Giza, okay? That means our ancestors built that pyramid on the center of the planet million years ago. They're telling you, they're telling you, they're telling you it's a 5,000-year-old story. They got you so hoodwinked. You've been hoodwinked. What did Malcolm say? You've been bamboozled. You've been led astray, and you love it. And you love it. You don't even want to make it. You don't even want to correct it because of the food. You don't have time to correct it because you got to get that money. You got to keep that shelter over your house, over your head. You got to protect the kids, take care of the kids. You know what I mean? You know what you got to do. You know how much pressure he keeps on you every day. That's what they do. And they feed you that food so you can't think. Okay? So what we have to do is understand. So now let's just talk about the star that rises. This is what you see on the front of the calendar right here. You see under the Ma'at symbol. Let me go over this way. Under the Ma'at symbol, you see Ra's over here, right there. Where's Ra? Right there. And then on this side, you see the star Osiris right there. That's called the helical rising. And when you see the star and the sun in the morning, it happens on July 25th on the Gregorian calendar. On July 25th on the Gregorian calendar is the moment that the star and the sun rises. And that is it. Scientifically, that indicates that our Earth has made one complete revolution of the sun. That's the Kemetic, that is the melanated or the African or melanated, no matter where you're at all over the planet. It's all regulated by that star and that sun because our sun and that star does a dance every 1,460 years. It's at its closest.
Eloquent.
Okay. And then at 1,400 years, it's at its furthest. And that symbol, the icon for that symbol is the symbol of Pisces. Look at the symbol for Pisces. Just Google up Pisces. Look at the icon, the avatar for Pisces, and you'll see two fishes going in opposite directions. That represents the two binary stars. Okay. But now they have the schematic of it is two half circles going like that. It's two half circles almost connected, but a line connected it, or two half circles intertwining. That's the binary dance of Ra and Cyrus. And then its opposition is Leo. And the age down there in the age of Sekhmet or Herokuti, because on the spring, everything is regulated on the spring equinox. See, if I had the sheer thing, I could pop up the illustrations, the chromatics, the schematics to give you a better digestible overview of everything. But right now, we're just my introduction to the platform. So I just want to give them the show right here. Bam, bam. So now, now, at the time that the star and the sun rises, at July 25th of the Gregorian calendar, the sun is angulating down on the mountains of snow caps of Mount Kilimanjaro and in Kenya and on the mountain in Ethiopia. And when the sun hits at that angle, it melts the snow caps, and the water runs down the two mountains, and it goes into the White Nile and the Blue Nile. And the White Nile and the Blue Nile goes into the Nile. And that's the season of Shemu. which is the season of the inundation, for 120 days. It inundates for 60 days and it recedes for 60 days. That's a season, 120 days. 120, 120, 120 is 360. Okay, so we had 360 days in a year. So the original calendar I told you, there's only 360 days in a year. How do we know? Because it's 360 degrees in a circle. Okay, and now, but now there's 20. So here we go. The three motions of the Earth. Earth has three motions. Write this down. Earth has three motions. It rotates on its axis. It rotates on its axis 24 hours and 35 minutes in every day. Or as we have it today, it's 24 hours. So if I ask you how long is a day, you're going to say 24 hours. 24 hours. But the original calendar of mankind, the solar calendar, had 24 hours and 35 minutes. So you had 35 minutes that was split between the duat and the twat. The duat and the twat is sunrise and sunset, respectively, or dusk or dawn. Our ancestors calculated every glimpse of light in the sky, dawn and dusk. And it was split between 35 minutes. So that extra 35 minutes, so, and that's motion number one is either 24 hours and 35 minutes, which means motion two, it revolves around the sun. That's 360 days. But if there's 24 hours in every day like today, it's 365 and a quarter day. How long is a year? You know it's 365 and a quarter day. That's because it's 24 hours in every day. So now we go to motion number three. The Earth is tilted 23 and a half degrees from vertical, which makes it wobble. And one complete wobble is 26,000 years. So they teach you this in school, but they don't teach you. They teach you after it wobbles, you don't know nothing about after it wobbles, because they teach you what happens after it wobbles. It's no longer his story. Now it's our story. Because now when it wobbles, that's a 26,000 year cycle. That's called the phenomenon of precession, which they call the precession of equinox. We call it the phenomenon of precession. Our sun has to move through each and every house, which they call the zodiac. We don't use the word zodiac because zodiac in Latin means zoo. They're telling you there's a bunch of animals up there, some kind of some Greek and Roman shit. Nobody will hear nothing about that. We're talking about my niches. Okay? So it's called we keep it on a mathematical level.
Right.
You keep it mathematically and collect it scientifically. Okay. And then you add the dash of your spirituality in there. That's how you triangulate things to keep away from the spookism. Our spirituality don't have no spookism. Everybody's talking about spookism. Spookism is that monotheistic foolishness. Got you believing in a God you can't even see. Ain't nobody ever seen the sky. Okay? My niches, I don't call my niches gods, I call them niches. My niches, you can't live without them. Okay? Try living without them. We just had that conversation at the beginning of the show. You don't believe in the niches? Stop breathing the air. You can't see it unless it's cold out and you see the condensation. You see that air in front of you if it's cold enough, right? Or ice, or if ice freezes, okay? But anyways, boom. So I'm just trying to get you. So now, okay, the Earth, and then it rotates. So 26,000 years, it moves to the non-precession each, and so here we go. That's the Shenu legend. Back to the Shenu legend. There's 12 houses. Each house is 2,160 years. 12 times 2 is 24, and 100 is 25. It comes out to 26,000 years. It has to move, the sun has to move through each and every house of the so-called zodiac, which we call the phenomenon of precession. And the sun precesses 1 degree every 74 years. So our sun has to precess 2,160 years to come out of this great golden age. We just entered into the age of Ptah Skr, which you know is Aquarius. You know, the age of Aquarius. Everybody knows the age of Aquarius. But Aquarius ain't the name. That's not the name. That's the Greek name. The name is the name that we come up with. Me, Samad, Mefudishi, Riketi Amen, back in the day. We came up with, we know that Aries is an air sign, but Aries is a water bearer. So Aries is a water bearer, meaning when he put that water on top of you and that water came down on you like you took a shower, you got cleansed. So we called it the age of Ma'at. And then Aries is the air sign, which represented, the water sign is Hapi. And then it's also purification, which is Ma'at. And then we know that it's the age of electricity and electromagnetic energy. And we know that Pisces is Set, so we know it has to be Asar, because Set and Asar is always together. The Set's always behind him with that knife trying to murder him. You know, uncle, you can't bring him to the birthday party. He wants to touch the kids in the private spot. You know, Uncle Seth. But you know, he's part of the family. He's a mathematical equation. You can't kick Uncle Seth out the family because he's a mathematical equation. But there was a time, let me get it straight. There was a time when Seth was Ra's #1 man. He's on the my jet boat on the boat of millions and millions of years, harpooning a peppy so Ra can make it through Amenti as he descends into the west. That's why in the west the sky is red because of the blood battle of the Majet boat, the boat of million years. But I'm just saying that's the 18th dynasty. That's 18th dynasty doctors, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But we'll try to bring out our extraction of the information all the way back to the pyramid text. I mean the Mastaba text, the pyramid text, the coffin text, the Kemenu, the Shabaka stone, the Book of Knowing, the Theban text, the Book of Knowing the evolutions of Ra and of overthrowing of Pepi, and so on and so forth. There's so many texts, but each one has to relate to the star date. It's a star date. Everything is a star date. You know what I mean? And so I'm just scrambling around because I don't want to go, because from here, from here, I got to take you, so now, boom. Okay, now here's the spirituality part. This is how you make the calendar make sense. Why should I make this? Why should I adopt this calendar? I don't want to do this calendar. Listen, I got to go calendar. This is how you find out your ancestors. How you find out who the first ancestors are. By knowing how to tell time. So today is the 248th day of the year, which means there's 112 days remaining. Meaning that 8 days ago, we just entered into the season of Pert. We're 8 days into the season of Pert. So now we're counting down. It's countdown time now. Okay? There's 100 days left. Oh man, there's 50 days left. There's 25 days. What are we counting down to? Okay? What are we counting down to? Y'all working me, man. Okay. So what are we counting down to? It's 25 days left. Okay? We're coming up on, it's just 10 days left. Okay? 10 days left means that it's July the 9th. Because on July the 19th means on the Gregorian calendar that our Earth has made one complete revolution of the sun. Okay? Now there's 5 more days remaining. These are the days that the Earth Netchers were born. Okay? Now, what do you know about the Earth Netchers? How do you know about, they got you still believing in Darwin's theory of evolution through natural selection. They were Adam and Eve. They got you believing in, they got you believing in so much stupid crap. Okay? That you can't put it all together into our story. So what happens is, on July 19th is the 360th day of the year. Enter what they call the Epagamore days in Greek, which means the 5 extra days that's added on to the calendar. What the Greeks did, they didn't know where the 5 days came from. They didn't know what to do with it. So they made an intercalendary month. That means there's a 13th month with 5 days in it. Just Google intercalendary month and you see what the Greeks did. Then they butchered it down and added, and then Pope Gregory made divisions of 400, and he made every 4 years, he made a leap year to compensate, to put them back in alignment with the spring equinox. Everything has to be aligned with the spring equinox. So here's our spirituality. On July 19th, we celebrate, these next 5 days are celebrated by fasting, prayer, festival, celebration, and observance. So on the 20th day, on the 19th day, we celebrate the birthday of Heru'ur. He's the eldest son. Heru'ur is the eldest. Then comes Asar. Asar, they call Osiris. It's Asar, his name is Asar Unapakentiamenti. Then came Sut, which you call Set, his brother, my uncle Set. The next, now we're on the 23rd, is the birthday of Ast, who they call Isis, Ast, okay? And then on the next day is the birthday of Nebhet. These are the 5 Earth Netchers who are called the first ancestors. So anytime you hear anybody talk about the first ancestors, this is who they're talking about. Those who were born from the womb of Nut, the sky begotten of Seb. Now, how do we know? I can show you the pictures. If you ever see a papyrus painting of Seb, the sky, and with Nut underneath him, and sometimes you see somebody in the middle holding them up.
Yeah.
This is a mathematical equation. That's science, math, and spirituality right there. When you see somebody holding them up, that means there's only 360 days in a year. How do you know it's 360 days in a year? Because now there's only 6 forms of life on the planet. Plants, insects, reptiles, water creatures, birds that fly, and animals. That's 6 forms of life. Man and woman doesn't exist. Remember? Seb petitioned Jehuti to plead with Ra for the allotment of time so this mate Newt, the sky goddess, could give birth to the earth that through. But Ra was unrelenting. It was known that the great company of gods and goddesses, the MP3 audio recorded off your site from earlier today. It was known that the great company of gods and goddesses or partners would often gather and engage in games of chance. Ra was in need of someone to give names to all the forms of life which he had allowed to evolve if he should lose. While should Ra lose? If Jehuti loses, if Jehuti, Ra was in need. Ra had to name all the. Ra needed someone to name all the forms of life. So enter Jehuti. He's the master of Meduneta, mathematics, and everything. Jehuti's trying to finagle the bangle. He's trying to gain, because he's the accountant. He's trying to gain control of the 35 minutes that's left over every day. Remember we talked about the first motion of the earth? It's 24 hours and 35 minutes, which is 360 days. And then when Jehuti gained control and he won the bet with Ra, whatever the bet was, we don't know. And a bet, and a wager that is known only to the great company of partner to lose. Lord Jehuti was the victor. He claimed his prize. The amount of time that he gained control of the even exact cycle of 24 hours, 10 months, 4 weeks, 9 days, totaling 360. The 35 minutes would multiply 360, total 5.25 days. Added on to a year that still had 8,706 hours, which is the time for Cyrus to circumvent and return to his original position, which is a single year. Okay? And it's all broken down in the MP3 audio recording. Matter of fact, you can order the MP3 online. In the description is my PayPal. Commercial time. And of course, you can order the calendar. Just hit the link below. And also, I can send you a PDF file. My book is being republished right now through Barnes & Noble. This is my book, The Cosmic Egg, a.k.a. The Primeval Germ, a journey above 59 plus 21 zero. It represents the origins of existence and the creation of the universe, which I will get ready to break down right now. I mean, how long have we been on right now? Because, I got 5-hour shows sometimes. They say my people can only retain for 20 minutes. I'm saying this is master students here. I'm just trying to pump you with so much information.
Man,
over. You say, listen, can we go to sleep now? I can't leave until everybody else leaves. I can't come back to the temple. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think I can do enough today. I've been up since 5 this morning. I appreciate being on your platform, though, brother. Don't worry about, I can keep talking. I don't know if anybody, but if you got,
you're great.
You want to open things up for a Q&A?
Yeah.
I can get something to drink. I can drink some water.
Yeah.
I can drink some juice or something, man.
Yes. I'm just great and grateful. This is the first time with you and Tahuti. You ever met the elder? This
I want to meet Tahuti. I want to get on
this is dope.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, he can't hear you yet. Yeah.
You can't hear me?
The volume went down. The volume.
Yeah.
I put the headphones. Okay, I can hear now.
Great.
I love to meet Tahuti. I want to break bread with him. I watched your program one day. I said, that boy is fire. Tahuiti's off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Tahuti was breaking that thing down. I like a brother that can break it down into occultic spirituality. Then he breaks the science down. He breaks the mathematics. Brings up all that spookism out. And he was breaking it down. I was, I don't really listen to people, but I listened to you, brother. You did a wonderful show. I listened to a couple of your broadcasts when JJ 7000 told me, you gotta check out Brother Tahuti. So I'd love for us to hook up one time and we can do something together. We can build and bring the community together so we can. See, the thing is, we gotta step away from. We need scholarship. You have to have scholarship, but you have to have a balance with the scholarship, which I have, the Nagaship. So in order to have history, you got to know our story. You got to have our story. You got to have a cosmic Naga swagger. You got to get your swagger on. You got to have your Naga swagger. You can't show up looking like no European. You can't come to the table looking like a Greek and a Roman. You know what I mean? You can't be a scholar, because if you're a scholar, that means you're a Greek and a Roman. Because Plato, first school of scholarship is Plato. So how can I be proud unless I'm a scholar? But I mean, don't get me wrong. Now you show up a scholarship at the university with as a scholar, you can make 6 figures. Don't get me wrong. You could be, you can make it rain for 25 million days with all that money you're gonna make, but your people are gonna be in slavery. So as far as I'm concerned, you're an agent. You're a turncoat. Don't bring scholarship to me. I'm very peaceful. But when you bring this scholarship, when you bring scholarhood, you gotta bring scholarship.
Right.
But don't be a scholar. That's all I'm saying. Can't you separate and differentiate between the two? You can't understand that Plato went to our school. So why would I say I'm a scholar and he went to my school? And this is when the Hellenistic paradigm doctrines of ancient humanity, the corruption, the fragmentation, the plagiarism, and then they regurgitated it back to you in an unholy manner and call it his story. I don't want to hear nothing about history. Because this calendar, this epic.
Real quick, can you get into like the cosmic egg a little bit? And then
Oh, you want? Yeah, if you want to go, I want to bring him to the cosmic egg. I didn't know if everybody was ready because I'm trying to close it up.
No, we in the.
All right, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. Tell me
No. I was. That's what I wanted to do. I just asked them how much time we had left. I don't know what the time schedule is. The time allotment is. You know me.
Then we can do a couple
Ptah.
Can't get it all out of one day, y'all.
Okay, that's what I meant to do. Okay, I forgot. Okay, I got you. Here we go. Remember, we was counting down. We count down to 0, which is July 29th. And then on the next 5 days is accounted for by fasting, prayer, festival, and celebration and observance. And we're waiting for that star to rise. And when that star rises with the sun, it means that we made one complete revolution of the sun, which is the Ren Pet, the New Year's.
Right.
We celebrate the New Year's in the morning. You have to. So what they get you in on July, they catch you on December 31st. They catch you at nighttime watching a mechanical ball fall down from Times Square. It's a hypnotized game. They're putting you under spell. You don't even realize what's going on.
Right.
So now here's the 5 niches. These 5 niches were born from the womb of Newt, begotten of Seb, and Seb and Newt was born from.
And what do Newt mean?
Newt is the sky. We don't. It's not. They call it Medunessa heaven. We don't use the word heaven.
Right.
In our spirituality, there is no heaven and there is no hell.
Right.
There's only perpetual, continuous, and continuous evolutions.
Right.
That means perpetual, continuous is inside the primeval ocean of nothingness, where everything is, was, and shall be is contained. And inside this ocean of nothingness exists beings of energy, thought, feeling, and non-motion. This is what they call the Ogdods, or the ancient ones, or they call it the Kemenu, the primordial 8. They're inside the primordial ocean of nothingness. Okay?
Yeah.
And then energy that is collected, absorbed, and then stored has to be released, because motion is a requirement in the separating of the collective energy contained within a motionless cold void, such as Nu, the primary motion of nothingness, dark energy, the cosmological constant, or oblivion. It's the same. We're only talking about the primordial ocean of nothingness, but there are so many schools of thought. Okay, and then they got the cosmological constant, is what NASA talks about. Okay, when NASA talks about the cosmological constant or the primordial ocean, they call that's called the Planck. The Planck is NASA. Okay, that's now you're talking Einstein, E equals MC squared. You're talking Stephen Hawking's dark body radiation. You're talking Isaac Newton, action from a distance proceeding from masses. We're talking about the 4 primordial field forces. We can go right into all this, but I just want to bring it to you the spirituality side. First of all, Newt. So the 5 children came from Newt, the earth. So how was they born? Generically, the only thing that separates the sky from the earth is light. Because in the daytime, you see the sky, right? Look up in the daytime, you're going to see the sky. And at nighttime, the sun goes down and the sky comes down to the earth. And guess what you see when you look up? What do you see when you look up at night? What do you see? Somebody.
Space. What? Black?
What do you see at night when you look in the sky?
Stars.
Okay. This ain't cosmic science. This ain't rocket science. This is cosmic science. Okay. You see stars. And then the sun rises and you see the sky, then you see stars. So this answers the age-old questions. You know what the age-old questions is? Everybody write this down. Who am I? This is what the Europeans came, the Kemet, the Africa, the Afrika, Afu, Afrika, Afrika, as Africa, as they came to find out our cultural spirituality. They knew we was governed by the light. And the age-old questions they had to extract from somebody who they stabbed, they had burnt them. They're burning us all up against the tree. And one brother said, "Yo, don't burn me, man. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you everything I know." Okay. And so, just like when Ptolemy the First came in as Ptolemy the First, Sotir, Serapi, September, Mary, Amen. When he came in and they made him a god, a G-O-D with a small d. And he became Serapis Septepera Mary Amen. You know what I mean? Serapis means the savior, you know, so how he stole and that's how he's Mary Amen. That's when you hear everybody say, Amen. They're talking about Ptolemy. Everybody knows Jesus was the Christ, just like there's a Mahdi, just like there's a Buddha. Every 2,100 years, as we pass through the phenomenal procession, there's one deliverer of the cosmic breath, and that's called the Mahdi by the Arabs, and Buddha by the Orient, and which is a Buddha. Original Buddha was Naga. The first emperor of China was Naga. The first emperor of Japan was a Naga. Everybody knows we're all over the planet. Only one that don't know is us. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? When you go to China and or you get off the plane, they think the Naga is coming back to save them. Then you got a cross around your neck. You're talking some Jesus Christ. They say, no, that's the end. That's the other end, not a Naga. I have to use that word, the NI word. I hate to use that word. But every NI is a potential NA.
Elder.
Trying to keep this child friendly. Yes.
Could you explain to the audience what Naga means?
Yes, Naga, the primordial Sanskrit for Naga, or Medinetta name is Naga means an imperial monarch, a universal monarch. He is a deliverer of the cosmic breath of immortality and the protector of the earth, the air, the water, the trees, the plants, the animals. You're the custodian and the giver of life and the protector. And we've been traveling this universe for millions and millions of years, okay? Now.
That's not good.
No, go ahead. You tell me.
That's not to be, I know the Kush or the Ethiopian word is Nigas, is they say king or something like that.
It's the same thing. Now you're talking, okay. You're talking etymology.
Right.
Who's saying it? Is that you speaking? Oh, that's you? That's you, Killah?
Yes,
I'm
me.
sorry, I'm blind. I'm blind, Killah. I can't see. Man.
I'm about you. Yeah, I'm or about you. Yeah, your wisdom.
So what they did was the etymology. That's etymology now. All they did was take the A's out and replace it with the I and the E.
Right.
So we went from Naga, the nega, to nigga.
Right.
All this so if a Naga means the universal monarch, the immortal one of Ma'at, if you're the protector of the animals, what does nigga must mean? The exact opposite.
Right.
A nigga there is no such thing as a nigga. There's never been a nigga on this planet.
NWA.
They made the word up.
Right.
A nigga means you're a derelict. You're a derelict. The word they use for nigga is a derelict. A derelict is you're the slime of your race. You're so low that a snail can't even get up under you.
Right.
That's what a nigger is. You know what I'm saying? It's a word they made up.
Right.
You mean? So all you got to do, anything he tells you to do, I'm doing the exact opposite. He told me to take the COVID shot. I ain't taking nothing. You already gave us syphilis. You gave us some shots back in the 40s and killed half our race. You know what I mean? They already got a record of doing what they did. They implanted everything. Everything they do is and they keep it going. It's like Trump. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to go there. I want to keep some vibrations doing.
Yeah. Keep it.
So here we go.
Right.
The Cosmic Egg, my book. What you see there is an egg-shaped anomaly. And just Google Tahuti, CBR. CBR is cosmic background radiation, okay? Or cosmic background microwave radiation, okay? So the Hubble telescope has a cousin, and the cousin is called COBE, C-O-B-E. Google C-O-B-E, which is Cosmic Observatory Background Explorer. And the Hubble telescope is taking better, the COBE satellite is taking better pictures than the Hubble telescope. And somebody said, damn, well, shoot, why don't we turn the COBE satellite to the deepest part of the void of deep dark code space, okay? And so they did it. And guess what popped up? In the middle of the darkest part of space, an egg-shaped anomaly. So if you Google it right now, you see this picture right here. And its red and blue heat signature indicates that it is the molecular appearance from the source of all creation. In other words, it's red and blue. So the COBE satellite has on board spectral photometers. And so they're taking pictures of this egg in space. There's an egg. My ancestors knew about that egg. Look on the Ankh.
Right.
It's on the Ankh. Only my ancestors know that there was an egg in space. And so, and so now, as they're looking at the egg, they're looking at it with the resolution is looking gravy. They're saying, "Wow, what's this?" And all of a sudden, it blurs up. They can't see it no more. Something is disturbing the visual effects. So they got to adjust the resolution, and they see the egg again, and then it blurs up again. And the spectrophotometer now is picking up heat signatures, just like it picked up this red and blue heat signature right there. It's picking up another heat signature. They don't know what it is, but they know it's a field force, and they call it dark energy. This is where dark energy comes from. When they came into the dark, when they got the CBR, that's how they figured out dark energy, as they're breaking down the four primordial field forces. So what are the four primordial field forces? The four primordial field forces are electromagnetism, the strong force, gravity, and the weak force. In my book, I have the Rosarian star, the RSGUT, the Rosarian star grand unification theorem. E, energy, which is Ner and Meduneta, plus P, which is power, which is Usa, equals life, which is Ankh, which we put slash B, which is being, okay? Because we're talking about the concept of being. See, the Ankh does not mean life. That's another lie, another story they're telling you, your teachers are telling you, because they're all scholars. Everybody, they tell you, oh yeah, it's the woman's womb and the man's phallus and the children. I mean, that's a nice story for children. That's a children's story. But it's something to get you hooked. You know what I mean? To get you thinking about it. You know what I mean? At least you're gonna think about it now.
Where did that
But you gotta
start?
be able to break this. You have to break this down scientifically,
Right.
mathematically. All you gotta triangulate. All you gotta do is try. This ain't me. This is your ancestors talking. I ain't just telling you how to be able to view and to comprehend that which was once incomprehensible is now visible and conceivable, because you're applicating your primordial temple discipline of the sacred science. It's like we're talking atomic energy. Okay. Now, atomic energy is the sun is a hydrogen atom. It's a proton and a neutron surrounded by a nucleus that has an electron. It's an atom. It's called the hydrogen atom, right? It's atomic energy. Okay. And symbolism, we use the symbol of the beetle with the sun disk. The beetle is always called Kepra, and Kepra is the hydrogen atom, which Kepra is the fourth attribute of manifestation of Radha Teshara, which is the fourth primordial field force, electromagnetism, the strong force, gravity, and the weak force. So Kepra would be the weak force, because Kepler represents atomic energy, which comes from these black holes, or the Milky Way galaxy is called dark body radiation. And dark body radiation produces light, stars, planet, moons, and light forms. The dark body radiation or galaxies are pushing the expanded universe. So Kepler and Medunetta means the evolver of evolutions, he or she who evolves. So we're talking mathematics, we're talking science, we're talking spirituality, and we're talking the Medunetta, and we're giving it the resonance and the sounds to give it the perturbation and the frequency. You're talking our spirituality now. Okay? Now, so now we're talking, so let me just give it to you this on the spiritual side for all those. It goes on the Medunetta text, from the pyramid text, the coffin text, the pyramid text, coffin text, the Baka stone, the Heliopolis text, the Kemenu. It all says, it starts off this way: I am he, she, who existed in the primeval ocean of nothingness, eons of evolutions ago, before the beginnings of time. When I thought that the moment had come, I fashioned my mouth and I uttered my name as a word of power. With this power that was my birthright, I fashioned myself in forms from out of the primeval ocean of nothingness. I was alone at this time. There were none others with me then. I in the beginnings of time, which began when I took form and commanded the power. Now it came to pass that I found no place upon which I could stand. So I straightway brought forth from my own mind and thoughts the primeval mound from out of the primeval ocean of nothingness. Being that I was alone at this time, it pleased me to make others. So I went from being Netcha 1 to Netcha 3. I made these beings in the manner in which all things are made. I, Ra, Nebuteshi Ra, the he, the she, the mother and father of all existence. I embrace my shadow and I grasp my member and I love myself. I issued forth the Netcha shoe and I multiplied its forms millions and millions of times. I gathered a portion of the remains and I swallowed them and I spat forth Tefnut. They are my heart and soul, twins born of the same birth. And when you find the one, you'll find the three. For the three is of the one and the one is of the three. Shu and Tefnut had union and gave birth to Seb the earth and Nut the sky. And in similar manner, I multiplied their forms millions and millions of times. Seb and Nut had union and gave birth to the earth Neteruz, the first ancestors. The name are Haru, Asa, Sut, As, and Nebhet. Asa and As gave birth to Heru, and Heru and Het Heru gave birth to the Shemsu Heru. Their names are Mesta, Hapi, Twamatef, and Quetzalcoatl. And when all this was done and all manifestations of things that came into being, I placed each and every black hole, constellation, planet, moons, and life forms where they now found it together. Their movements give meanings to my works, and their movement is no drain on my powers. It is I, Ra Nebuchadnezzar, who issue forth the order of existence. Beautiful. What happened? We stuck again?
No, I want to ask you, did you write that?
No, that's the pyramid text. If you give me the,
I was going to ask you because yeah, but the way you deliver it, I was going to ask you were you a poet or something like that because you delivered it.
I was born in a temple. I've been learning this. I read that text when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
And we're all supposed to know that text. How do you think?
I never heard it like that. No.
The Christians and the monotheistic people say, they say, in the beginning there was light. No, in the beginning there was the word, and then there was the light, and the light was good, and the good was the first day. That's a Mickey Mouse story. You got to give me more. You got to make this shit scientifically. Right. So what they did was, they got E.A. Wallace Budge. That's the breakdown from E.A. Wallace Budge, the gods of ancient Egypt. That's his translation. That's Petrie's translation. That's Birches and Bremstead. These are the Egyptologists who are the main wow. predators. The main predators who claimed that they knew what was going on. So what happened was Bud said, "This is the greatest story I ever heard." But I just didn't like the guy grabbing his member. He said, being that I was alone at this time, it pleased me to make others. So he says, I embraced my shadow and I grasped my member and I love myself. So, he couldn't figure that one out when that's the generic way of relating spirituality. But they call it some homosexual and some anthropomorphic translation out of that. But anyway, so now let me give you the science now. Right,
go ahead.
Okay, here we go to science.
Ready.
In the beginning, there is Nur. First of all, the first law of existence, write this down. The first law of existence is that energy must be spent. The first law of energy is to always exist and expand. X-electron, which is scientifically termed for Nebuchadnezzar, or the cosmic egg, which is radiation, this egg-shaped anomaly is called the cosmic egg, which we call the primeval germ, which we call Nebuchadnezzar. And in the book, we call it X-electron because you have a proton neutron surrounded by a nucleus that has an electron. But the one common benefactor of the whole universe has one common benefactor, and that's the electron. So Einstein, they found the proton and they found the neutron and they isolated it because they're looking for the electron. But guess what happened? The electron has interdimensional properties. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere. Like they got the CERN, decoder up there in Switzerland, that thing that's spinning around underneath, trying to smash the atom. They can find the proton, they can isolate it, they can find the neutron, but they can't find the electron. So they smashing the proton and neutron trying to find the electron, and guess what they found? They found the atomic bomb. That's how the atomic bomb came into existence. You do know that, right? So they're trying to find your secrets. They're trying to find your origins. And they're trying to find the electron because the electron is the common denominator. So anyways, X-electron, after releasing, freeing, discharging, or escaping from oblivion, became a source of power. But because this power was dissipating, form and shape was necessary for containment. And the feeling of weightlessness then be overcome. By the control of the rays of magnetic subatomic particles in all directions after taking shape, these two basic needs were met. This is the origins of subatomic space. This is our story of the self-creation around Nebuchadnezzar. Energy that was lost and now being spent was in need of replacement. This created hunger and a need for replenishment. All the energy was now being dispersed outwardly, allowing form and shape within the newly formed egg until it was forced to expand beyond itself. This created a great explosion that hurled shell bits of magnetic subatomic particles in all directions after taking shape. A ring of gamma now surrounds the primeval germ. It allows for the recycling of energy inwards and the replenishing of itself. Some of this energy that was not released inwards, that was not absorbed inwards, was released outward beyond the gamma ring. And upon embracing interference, which is universal ma'at, it developed in the region we call the nursery of the stars as dark body radiation, black holes, or galaxies. These dark body radiation, black holes, or galaxies are pushed away from the inner verse and is the realization of the outer verse, the expanding universe. These dark body radiation, black holes, or galaxies produce atomic energy, light, stars, planet, moons, and life forms until all the above mentioned energy once again into oblivion, new to primordials or nothing, dark energy or the cosmological constant. These forces will adjust, propel, and expand the continuous perpetual evolution of the expanding universe. That's one version of the RSGUT, which is the Rosarian Star Grand Unification Theory, which is in my book. I have PDF, selling the PDF files for $20. Just go to the link down below in the description.
Yeah,
hit the link and put a memo in my email. I mean, in the link and notice in PayPal, and I can get you the book or I get you the calendar for $25 plus $5 shipping and handling. And but I'm saying I can still. I'm gonna go. We just go. I'm just trying to balance interpret these translations of and decipherment of the creation or the origins of existence through spirituality, which is the primeval text, the coffin text, and the Shabaka stone. That's the spiritual side, because you got to triangulate this. Now you got to have the scientific side. I was trying to break down the scientific side. There's 3 more versions to that, but then there's the mathematical side. So now there's the mathematical side is the 4 primordial field forces, right? You got to go to the source. You got the 2 primordial origins. Okay, I'm trying to bring you into now. I'm trying to get you to breathe the water. I'm trying to bring you to nothingness. Okay, this is the egg. So if I wanted to say nothing mathematically or numerically, I would have to write what? What would I write for nothing? You got your pen out. You write it on the paper. Write nothing on the paper. Right? Huh? You got 0.
Yeah.
Okay, how to say rocket science? The sacred science.
Right.
Okay, so you got 0. So when the Greeks see 0, they see nothing. But when we see 0, we see everything. Because we're talking about the primeval ocean of nothingness, where everything is, was, and shall be is contained. Okay? This is what we see. It's called the all of alls. This is oblivion. Oblivion is a place of perpetual continuance where particles of existence are reduced to its lowest common denominator, invisible strings and strands. It is a form of existence that connects the concept of subspansion and expansion. Its boundaries are endless and ever-reaching, indicating that it is the outer cover of this universe of radiation and light, and the inner cover that encloses this universe of dualism. This is the place of the all of alls, the holy of holiest, that sandwiches the universe of radiation and light. This qualifies it as the place or plane where matter can be reduced, absorbed, and then stored for the purpose of continuous perpetuation, where particles of the light and radiation are collected for the redistribution process involved in continuous evolution. Oblivion is the capacitor of capacitance. Capacitance is the ability to collect and store energy. This energy that is collected and absorbed must be released. So this is how we begin to understand the beginning of this egg came from out of nothingness. And now you break it down mathematically, the creator, our creator, whose name is Nebuchadnezzar in the pyramid text, in the coffin text, and on the dream stela of Jehuti-Mes, his name is Nebuchadnezzar. It's on the fourth register down, 7 characters to the left, reading from right to left. You see an old man with a stick with Nebuchadnezzar on top of him. That's his name, Nebuchadnezzar. It's rather, even Jehuti messed up. Everybody knew his name. But we call him Ra, Nebuchadnezzar, Ra. We put the Ra in the front and the Ra in the back because now I'm forcing you to comprehend the concept of self-creation. Okay, and that means the concept of being. So here's the thing. Write this down. Let me see if everybody can get this. First, you must release yourself.
Mm.
Then you must seek out yourself. Overcome the sensation of weightlessness. Embrace Ma'at within yourself. Then you will desire to acquire the ability to experience the phenomenon of being. So it ain't about yourself. It's about self-creation. Stop letting these people tell you, know yourself, know self, the self-creation. There are four attributes of manifestation. It's Temu. Temu is number one. Temu and Meduneta means to think. Temu and Meduneta means thought. Temu and Meduneta means plan. And it's equated to mentalism. And scientifically, it becomes electromagnetism. So we got the first pyramidal field force is Temu. The second pyramidal field force is Ptah. Ptah and Meduneta means the door. Ptah and Meduneta means the opener. Ptah and Meduneta means he and she are opens because energy that is collected, absorbed, and then stored through this electromagnetism had to be released. And the Ptah. Ptah is the second attribute of manifestation of Nebuchadnezzar or Radha. And when the door opened up, the creator released himself. So remember, first you must release yourself. There is the creators releasing themselves. When I say, I don't mean to say him. Our creator is a he and a she. Our creator is androgynous. Our creator is the masculine and feminine energy. It was there at the end, beginning, and it was there at the end. You can't go nowhere without the masculine and feminine, okay? Okay? Let that be known already.
Oh, yeah, great information, but we can't give them all the meat and potatoes in one show, you know what I'm saying? So
I keep talking to you. You hang up the phone. Hey, don't worry about it. Our information is boundless.
We love it. Yeah,
without boundaries.
Great.
We could go on for millions and millions of years, and they still ain't gonna get it. All these thieves that are listening to the broadcast right now are trying to plagiarize, fracture, fragment. They can't do it because first, I'm letting you know this is how it happened. Energy that's collected, absorbed, and then stored had to be released. Motion is a requirement in the separating of collective energy and to the field forces. So you got to break down these field forces. You got to break down the mathematics. You got to break the Meduneta down. Then you got to have the act of creation, of self-creation. So this is how gravity came into being. So nobody can explain gravity. It's in my book, The Cosmic Egg. Gravity is Amen. Amen in Meduneta means the hidden one. Amen in Meduneta is the primordial mound. Because the creator said, I found no place upon which to stand. So when the creator became Amen, the creator found a place to stand. Hey, oh man, you know, because it was a feeling of weightlessness that was undesirable that had to be overcome. And then when the creator became Amen and found a place upon which to stand and made gravity, the creator said it pleased me to make others. So he went from being Netcha 1 to Netcha 3. And the Kepra, the fourth primordial field force, because after the egg and was surrounded, now the egg is surrounded by a gamma ring, and inside this gamma ring are gamma explosions. One gamma explosion is the equivalent to 1,000,000 supernovas. A supernova is when our sun, if our sun implodes, it's going to turn into a supernova. And one gamma orb is 1,000,000 supernovas. And inside the universe, there are billions, trillions upon billions of super gamma blasts. A gamma is green, just like the Hulk. You ever see the Hulk? It's green, it's gamma. Light cannot exist inside of the universe, a subatomic energy. Light cannot exist as a stable atom. It could be there, it's just not stable. It's not a proton and neutron surrounded by a nucleus as an electron, right? That has to exist in the other verse. So energy now these gamma orbs are in intervals. This is called cosmic photosynthesis. Okay. Damn. And this energy is being surged into the egg. And the egg becomes self-sufficient. It becomes replenished. And some of this energy that wasn't received by the egg is released outside the gamma ring. And when it releases outside the gamma ring, it embraces interference. Interference is the principle or spirit that is the one constant. That is the from here, JJ 7000. Yo, Steve, can you cut it out? You're overflowing the cup.
No, you good. Well, no, you good. You good. You just, it's a lot of information. It's great. It's great.
I know.
We're in the craft.
Yeah.
You, it was something you said just now. You said it releases out to the, did you say, what was that word you said? You didn't say forest, right?
So,
Make sure I'm good.
So the universe it has three components. There is oblivion. Oblivion is the primeval ocean of nothingness.
Right.
It is beyond. Oblivion is a place of perpetual continuance where particles of existence are reduced to its lowest common denominator, invisible strings and strands. It is a form of existence that oblivion is without bounds. It's endless and ever-reaching. Now, inside this primeval ocean of nothingness are the ancient ones. And to the Ogdads, got to put it all together now. And to the Ogdads are the ancient ones. They're the primordial eight. You know, Nununet, Ankoket, right?
Mm.
But they say it's Ankoket, Nununet, and they're still in the acronym of Ankh. Still getting you with this Ankh thing of life. Existence isn't about life. So here we go here. This is how you know, this is how you got to relate to light and radiation to heat and movement. Because if our sun implodes, right? If our sun implodes, right, in 8 minutes, light will not come to this planet.
Right.
Which means that life will not exist on this planet, right? But there won't be no life, but there'll be existence. There's still existence, right? Because everything else is still up there. Still has existence.
Right.
So life is not about life. It's about, so life means is interpreted as Ankh, but Ankh is UN in Medineth is which means being, like Nefer, the divine being. Is being. Our creator is our creator began the process of self-creation. He became a being. So first you must release yourself. Then you must seek out yourself. Overcome the sensation of weightlessness. Embrace ma'at within yourself. Then you will desire to acquire the ability to experience the phenomenal being. All you're doing is reproducing a process of creation which the creator himself did. This is immortality. This is tuning yourself to the universe, and this is written in the pyramid.
Right, like the Hulk.
Yeah.
Isn't there a nature that's green? And do you?
Asar represents color green. Yes, that represents regeneration, growth, agricultural, and rebirth and generation. It all comes back down to that primordial source. You're able to take it on a terrestrial base level, relating it to the transition of the vegetation, the growth, the regurgitation, and the regermination. But now you have to take it so as above, so below, as within, so beyond. I coined that one. So whoever says you hear me that one again, you know they stole that one from me. So they can tell that as within, so without. It's not as within, it's as within, so beyond. Because you have to be able. Here's an exercise for you here. Okay, you ate your food properly. You're having your first day. Now you have to be able to applicate your training in the temple. So you learn how to meditate. People they talk about meditate. People don't know how to meditate. They don't even know what to clue. You know what I mean? They talk about emptiness. You're just a space cadet. Your mind's going here, you're going there. Here's what you do. You put yourself in position, hand position, whatever you want to do. Okay? You go like this. You take your tongue and you put it straight up across the top. You close your teeth gently. And you close your teeth gently. And your mouth gently. Now you're breathing through your nose. Okay? That's the first thing you have to coordinate. Now it's a breathing technique. Your breathing has to be the same as your heartbeat. The perturbation in your breathing. Once you tune them two together, then you take you breathe deep breath through your nose, and you open your mouth, and you blow it out. Then you close your mouth the same way. And this is called transcendental meditation or astral projection. And now your abakaku becomes incorporated in that breath. And now you should be able to see yourself. You're like the Ba and you're flying above your head, you should be able to see yourself. I can see myself sitting in the chair. And now I pass through my roof of my home, and now I can see my roof of my home and my yard. And now I keep going up. Now I see my little community. Now I keep going up. Now I see my city, my state. Now I see the arc of the United States of America, and I keep going up. I see the circle of the earth, and I keep going up. This is astral projection. This is okay. And now, boom, I see the moon. I'm passing by the moon. I'm passing by the sun. And now, boom, I'm moving out of the Milky Way galaxy, and I see the Milky Way galaxy. And now I'm expanding with the universe. Now, you ask yourself the question: do I want to keep expanding with the universe, or do I want to find the source of all things? Do I want to go into the primary ocean? So now you got to reverse and turn around and head into the universe, because now you're into the. I'm just trying to give you a mental exercise.
Yeah,
that you can exercise.
Yep. No.
You okay?
This is great. No, you are, man. This is beyond what I even was ready for. You are a super master teacher. Yeah. You are definitely super. You there? You know what I'm saying? Don't even.
All I need. So I'm
thank
doing
you for this one.
Kemet.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm doing towards the Kemet in 2026 right now on July 25th. I want to be there to watch the document with my telecommunications and multimedia. I run N, which is Nagaship Netaru News Network. I got the N. I got the N, like NNN, CNN News, I got the N, Nagaship Netaru News Network. And we're going to go to Kemet, and we're going to document the rising of the Helical rising, because, I got everybody, Mefudishi, Raketia Man, used to be Samaj Fatah. Nobody knows. The white man knows when the star rises. How come we don't know when it rises? Okay, so why don't we just do a documentation there? Everybody's going to Kemet, nobody's documenting nothing. But listen, I teach Medu Netta, my classes. So we get there, we're going to be reading the Medu Netta off the wall ourselves. Don't show us nothing. I ain't trying to cause no problem when I get there with the government. But listen, man, I'm just saying, I don't need you to tell me nothing about what my ancestors are saying. Okay?
Right.
All right? I ain't trying to burn those. Okay, so now, that's the trial run, because they got that war over there. I really ain't trying to jump in no fire.
Can we go into Q&A? We got a little questions for you.
We go to Q. Yeah. Here's the big one. Of the century is happening. It's the second 2027. Now all of us know Killah, Valentine, Ketia Men. I got the holistic practitioners, Kajara, and Mausi. And I like to give my praises out to the old man with the stick, our great divine elder grandmaster teacher. His name is Kofiti Quatamini in South America, in Belize. He's the elder, bringing the family with us. We have all praises to the great grandmaster Kofiti Quatamini in Belize. He has the New Genesis family there, and he's coming. Well, it's the solar eclipse of the century. So what is the solar eclipse? The solar eclipse is the emblem of the precious treasure. Okay, it's on the entrance to every pyramid, every shrine. You see the winged disc with the sun disc. But on the sun disc, if you look deeper, you see there's a dot in the middle.
Right.
And that dot is when the moon passes in front of the sun. And when the moon passes in front of the sun, it gets black. And at the point of totality, when everything gets black, guess what happens? Boom! A ring appears around the sun. And it's called the circle. It's called the circle and the dot. And the circle and the dot is the oldest written and spoken word of humankind. Our ancestors took the stick and made a circle and a dot and said Ra. That's the first written and spoken word. And what it represents is light and radiation. It represents heat and movement. And it represents a cosmic alignment, not only of the earth, with the moon and the sun, but with the 9 planets, the other planets. And it lines up with Ra, and Ra lines up with Sirius, and Sirius and Ra lines up with a constellation of Orion, and the constellation of Orion lines up with the Pleiades, the 7 stars of the Pleiades, Alcyone, and that lines up with the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And all this energy is pouring directly in on us because it plant.
Yeah, man, he locked away.
You want Q&A?
He dropped. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Q&A. I'm sorry. Okay, let me be quiet for a minute.
Well,
I'll listen.
You was great.
It's an honor to be on your platform.
Man, thank you for do what?
So, did you have any questions, Hootie?
Are we on the screen?
Yeah, we froze a little bit. Yeah.
Can you all see us?
Yeah, I got some RAM situations because I installed a program, so it's using up a lot of RAM. So
what's RAM?
I gotta buy
Hey,
more
we
RAM.
appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you, brother. Don't worry about us, the
man.
government, man. They got more algorithms running on you right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna downgrade to 720 HD if it shuts down again.
But knowledge is sucked all the energy.
Audio's going through though.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You all can hear us, but
Yeah.
you can't see us moving.
Yeah, the frame rate is just off and on. Right now, it's off.
Okay, yeah. Peace, Ptah. Can you hear me?
Yes, para tapu pamaro constantero kujas nebu nefikia para burumati. Yes, I can hear you, Siba.
Okay, good. Yes, I didn't actually get a chance to respond to you when you
Who's speaking?
This is
It's Tweet.
Oh, okay, Siba. Okay. Oh, I can't see nothing.
You're
Okay,
good.
cool.
You're not blind.
Okay.
Trust me. We heard your knowledge. Yeah.
Okay.
okay, good. Are we coming back, 80?
Go
Are
ahead,
we moving
Dewey.
again?
Yeah, it's gonna be off and on right now. It's just shaky.
Okay. Is Tuti gonna speak tonight? Yeah, I didn't get a chance to greet you. So first of all, nice to meet you. It's my first time. This is our first time meeting, coming in contact, and as soon as we did, you showed a lot of respect. You've seen my teachings, and I appreciate that. And Tua, for you coming on to the show, and giving people the opportunity to see different perspectives in comparison to what usually comes on the show, because there's not much perspectives that deal with Kemet and Ma'at. So I wanted to actually formally greet you and say peace, because the whole time I didn't get a chance to greet you.
Do what?
Yeah.
And okay, so I think the some of the audience, and I put this to the audience, a lot of people in the audience, especially some of the Hebrews are in the audience, saying a lot of different.
Hey, yo, Jehuti.
Yes.
Jehuti. You're gonna have to screen your Q&A to somebody that's got a brain. I don't have time, Jehuti. Okay, I got nothing. I got mothers crying. I got babies dying. I got stars of mine. We're going into extinction. I don't have time. I was here 30 years ago with the same stupidity. I don't have time, people. I don't want to be.
Right.
I don't want to talk about. I don't have time. Do not engage me with these people.
Right.
These people are gone. Okay, they are. I have no problem. I don't want to talk about no one. I digress. Just let me. I'm on a mission of immortality, and I'm only here for two Herus. I'm only here for there's only two types of people on this planet. You're either a Shemsu Heru or you're a Shemsu Set. You're either from the loins of Radha Teshra, who gave forth to the 5 first ancestors, and Asar and As gave birth to Heru, and Heru had 4 children, and they are the Shemsu Heru. I am a Shemsu Heru.
Yes.
I'm a follower of the light. I only want to hear about that. There's no time for the debate, and there's no time for no silliness, no time for no flat earth thing. There's no time for no Hellenistic paradigm doctrines of ancient humanity or history. Leave that for the young kids that want to battle that thing. I don't have time for it. Okay? Now, if there's somebody that has an intellectual question that they want to deal with our spirituality, I'll gladly answer anything like that. But don't bring the demons into my presence, please. Okay? I appreciate that.
God science. He's just on the Godhead. He's in the solar. I respect that, and that's a high level that you're working on. I wanted to ask you a quick question. I know you heard of Sun Ra.
Yeah, of course I heard of Sun Ra. I'm from the 50s.
Yeah, exactly. He's like one of my. Have you ever met him or worked with him?
No, I never met him, but Sun Ra was the joint back. Sun Ra was the first one to open up our eyes to the cosmic forces. He came in with the mothership. Then came George Clinton with the funkadelics, and then you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a vibration. It's a frequency. We're dealing with vibratorial frequency. That's all it is.
Right.
The first law of existence.
Right. When you
Is
first,
that any?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
Continue.
I'm saying you remind me a lot of you had a Sunval vibe when you first your presentation, and one of my favorite movies is Space is the Place, and that's one of my
Ooh, space is the place. Yes.
yeah, and I think that was like revolutionary everything, and that's like
That's
one
what
of
I'm
my.
saying.
I would love to
Just
do
trying
that
to get
movie
you
over.
to transcend. To transcend. That's why I just sent you on that meditation voyage where you can exercise it yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the whole thing is that you are a child, you are a descendant of the light. So now the light is talking to you every day.
Right.
Okay? The light, atomic energy, it talks to you every day. So when the light shines its radiance upon anything, that's solids, liquids, and gases, matter. We're talking science now, okay? We're not talking we're talking science. We're talking mathematics, okay? And when the light shines its light on anything, guess what happens? It produces a shadow. Now, don't matter who you are, what you are, if you're solid, liquids, and gases, you have mass, weight, and occupy space, it's going to produce a shadow. If the light, radiance of the light hits you, it's going to produce a shadow. That shadow follows you around every day. You never question it. You never, I don't know who this guy following me with me, but he ain't bothering me, so I'm going to leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Whoever. Can you tell me what the shadow is? Tell me what the shadow is.
Right, I got you.
It follows you around every day. So now this is what you got.
He said the
so
shadow.
Now
that's the person that follow him around. Your shadow follows around.
You go up in the light and let the light hit you. You'll see that same shadow.
Yeah.
You'll see your shadow. Everything has a shadow. What does that mean? What does that mean? That's how you break down that which was incomprehensible is now revealed by using the sacred science and applying the sacred math, the divine mathematics. You're triangulating again. I told you all you got to do is triangulate. So if the light, the sun, is a hydrogen atom, which is atomic energy, and it produces it casts a shadow on anything that has mass weight. So what is the shadow? It's the exact opposite or the reflection of the light. So the light is atomic energy. What is the shadow? Subatomic. You understand what I'm saying? So now you understand subatomic energy because you know atomic energy is Kepler, and you know atomic energy is part of the hydrogen atom, which is part of the product of the black hole, which is expanding the universe. So now we're talking about atomic energy is expanding the universe, which is the light. But now the light has it. You can't hear me?
Elder, come on, we got to wrap it up, Elder. What's knowledge information? Wrap it
I
up.
understand. Hey, I'm just here. I'm just here to keep it slow. I know the whole audience build up by now. They gotta go to bed, man. You know what I'm saying? But I can't shut up until these guys close the show down.
Right.
If I stop talking, you make me go back to the temple out of balance. My work. This book is written by my brother, the high priest, Osiris Rumasuma. It's written by Richard Bruce Wallace. You go to Barnes and Noble, you go to Kindle and Google The Cosmic Egg, aka the Primeval Germ, a journey. My contribution to this book is my work in the book is illustrations, translations, reliterations, the chromatics, the schematics, the illustrations, and all that, and the decipherment of the metadata. That's my contribution to the book. In my temple, I wash floors and clean windows. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a janitor. You know what I'm saying?
The so-called. You cleaning up all this mess. You cleaning up all this mess that they put out in our brains.
I'm just a humble. I'm just a humble servant of the light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like you. I learn every day. But one thing, I read the book 100 times though. I read that book over 100 times, from cover to cover.
The walls.
And every time I read it,
we gotta wrap it up.
Okay. I'll be wrapping up. You're the one. They're asking me questions. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah. We just have a discussion. We can have a discussion before this, but I know my man have to get ready to wrap it up. So so we're gonna let you off. But
tell the technician. Can you tell could you tell the technician I really appreciate him hanging in there. I appreciate everything he did.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of his technological resources and specialties that he's given to the show.
Right.
And to everyone and to Houthi, I appreciate you inviting me to the platform. Invite that I am a guest on your platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Definitely,
ain't been on
man.
the show.
We gotta
I
have you
talk to
back.
myself.
Yeah.
I talked to myself for 30 years. I got somebody to talk to. Oh shit. I can talk for another 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
No
But they
doubt.
keep me hidden. They don't want me to tell you because the Kemetic people tell you that there's 10 days in a week. They tell me it's 10 days in a week. That means there's 30 days in a month. And we just know the mathematical equation. It's a lunar cycle calendar. But if our ancestors gave us a solar and a sidereal and a lunar calendar, why would you just give me the lunar aspect? Unless you're trying to explain me like the Romans and the Greeks and the Romans. You understand? It's a big conspiracy going on here. But I'm not going to, right now, I'm going to let it go. You don't want to, I'm going to try to stay mellow and I'm going to bail out right about now because I'm going, you know what I mean?
No, you good.
Myself. Okay.
You
And I'm
good,
just saying,
Elder.
I'm not on black crime. I'm not. It's endemic. It's endemic to our perpetuation. Okay, but I'm just saying there are some Sethian forces within our community that's been there. That why we don't. They won't adopt my calendar, which I've been trying to get to them for 40 years. They won't adopt mine, but they don't have a calendar. And the calendar they got, they don't want to talk about it because they know it's a phony calendar, but they're trying to distract you. That's why I'm here, and I presented the mathematical equation to the Ramets, to the people. Let the people decide.
Right.
I don't care about the teachers anymore. None of them know how to tell time. You know what I mean? I got a teacher that's going to tell me, "Oh, welcome to my show this Sunday." He's going to tell me Sunday show. He's going to give me a Gregorian chronological timeline. And so he just Hellenized my mind. That's worse than the Ku Klux Klan.
Elder Ptah.
Yeah.
Elder, remember we talked before the show. And you told me you going faster than the speed of light. And so we only can deal with the speed of sound on here because the what's names on it.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, I appreciate being on your show.
Yeah, we're gonna have you again. We're gonna beam you out.
I'm gonna say to the family, my closing statement is Panata Apupa Ma'at, which means how sweet is the Ma'at, truth of the Wat Methodus. Onkwas the Jed, like power stability, Onk Ujas the Neb, like prosperity health. Uben Nafikir Panabu Haru Ma'ati, which means rising always in divine excellence with Ma'at every day, all day, and in the words of our paternal father, Asa Unefa Kentiamenti, when he says that within the whole of the universe, nothing is ever added and nothing is ever lost. Dua. Hotep, brothers. Good pleasure to meet everybody. Hotep.
I would love to walk that brother off the craft myself, man. he dropped so much jewels. Quick, all right. Hey, Molly, let me ask you a question. How many debates you won? No, lost.
Well, I've lost a couple of votes, so because some of the audience being a little biased, whatever. But in my mind, I accept the poll, vote, but in my mind, I haven't lost a single debate.
You're right.
He said in my mind.
No more, huh? Yeah, no doubt. Okay.
I can say that. It just makes me sharper on my next debate. But Tahuti had a classic debate. Me and Tahuti, we've been on platforms together.
If you did, then you obviously lost that one. Because my man, he's flawless. Tahuti. Tahuti haven't lost one yet.
No, okay, now see, if we could, as a matter of fact, I was gonna go in on Brother Sanchez, but we can actually review that debate. There is no Council of Alexandria. There is no no library.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what Tahuti lost that debate.
Oh wait, who?
And
It's something I didn't know about.
Talk to me before I get. You hear me,
We'll
ladies
talk
and
about
gentlemen?
that. We'll talk.
He's my guy, but you know, of course, if it's on Sarnetta TV,
Right,
that's the channel.
right.
So and I'm the bad guy on Sarnetta TV. But
Right.
what we can do, we can go over the debate again.
We said you battle.
Show you
with me, you mean when I debated JJ? I debated JJ.
Oh, y'all too. That's what you. That's what you saw. I thought he said something about Brother Sanchez. I don't know if those. I heard that, but no. Okay.
I debated JJ on Sonnetters in all my intros.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But
And
JJ came out swinging.
I heard you. I heard you a great researcher.
yeah.
No, the word.
I mean,
yeah.
my brother, who do you think he beat me in that debate? I
What?
like play that video over here so the audience can see that debate. That'll be my first show I can do over. Me and Tootie can sit down together and stop it and see, and I can point out, see Tootie, that's where you messed up, and you can tell me where I. See, it was a trick in the title as well. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
There's a trick in the title.
I gained more respect for you though. I got at least he keep it at 100. You know, no, that's 100.
There's a trick in the title.
Tootie, would you like to just go back over that debate one of these days over here? I mean, no, I think it's some good information. He said that the Greeks, listen to this. He said that the Greeks wrote the New Testament. They had to have some help translating it from the Hebrew.
No, I didn't say that.
They had some help.
He said he didn't say it. But anyway, look, we gotta talk about this later.
No, I didn't. And I mean to clear the air. So first of all, peace and greetings, JJ. Thank you for bringing the brother.
That was crazy.
Brother, thank you for bringing the brother. That was interesting. I thought we were going to interact, but he was definitely on. What are they saying? They say he's on one. Is that what they say in the streets?
Yeah.
I'm learning street talk. He was on one.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, and peace to you, and peace to the you got the brother in the background there. Peace to him. So
Peace to you too, bro.
Yeah. So whenever we're discussing debates.
Yeah.
I never come off and say, I feel I won, I feel I lost.
Right.
Because there's no need for that, because the person who's arguing their point should feel like they have a point that they're winning. All I do is when I have a debate, whether it with JJ, me and JJ did have a debate, whether it's JJ or Unc West or anyone else, we just do a poll.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's whatever the audience says. I never come back and argue with it. I never come back and say, you stupid audience, or you guys. No, what did the audience say? Okay, that's what we'll go with. So yeah, me and JD did have a debate, and according to the audience, it was 84 to 16%.
84 to 16%.
Yeah,
That
was the audience.
And then took a poll. Did you tell me the part?
I can't hear him.
Yeah, he threw me off the stage like he always do. Then he took a poll. Okay, so Tootie, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You lost that debate. Sir. There is no Council of Alexandria. There was no library. So you didn't prove that the Greeks wrote this. You brought a faulty letter, the letter of Arterius, to this debate, and you use that as your source. That was your source. So what I'm gonna do Wednesday? I'd like to bring the debate with Natalie and Zion, and then Saturday you can go over on a neutral audience, because Sarnetta TV is biased. We know this, but so who do you ran with? I'm
not going to do that. with Sarnetta though. I'm not gonna.
And so the thing with any of my debates, it's a good conversation though.
Yeah.
So the thing with my debates that I have,
Yeah.
I always screen record what the person I debate says afterwards.
Right.
And it's always an echoing theme.
Right.
It's the same thing. So when I debated Judah Nazareth, he said, it's biased.
I never met him.
He said, it's biased, it's rigged, it's biased, it's rigged.
Right.
After I debated Commission, he said, the crowd was biased, the crowd was biased.
Never heard of Commission.
All these, so it's an echoing theme, and that's why I stick to, I never say who wins a debate.
Right.
The winner of a debate is declared by the audience,
Right.
and they say what it is at the end. And
yeah, let's get ready to wrap it up though.
yeah, at the end, that's what they say. So I don't.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. So, in all of my debates and when it was finished,
Right.
the audience declared me the winner. Every single one of them. I don't have an opinion.
Right.
I just teach what I teach, and I let the audience. When you as a debater have to come and say, I won, and it's like, no, you just like I follow John Jones, Kamzat, Shemaev, Habib, Hoist Gracie, and at the end of their fights, there's a winner declared. So you don't really have to see John Jones or Muhammad. You don't have to see the winners always saying, I think I won. Just it's a declaration. You're not supposed to say you won.
Right.
You're supposed to just say what the outcome was.
That's over here. I don't take kindly to who he's saying he beat me when he did. Bro, I cut you 3 lives this way. 3.
Can the audience hear us? Because it's really choppy.
I know, that's why we
on the
Can
show.
they hear us? No, one of the audience can hear us because some people were saying that it was choppy. So
Yeah.
can they hear? That's him. He's choppy.
We're gonna it's crazy choppy. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna build after this. This is kind of dope.
What? And then him with the war together. We went to war together against HOK. But then we went.
I can't. No, I can't. Not disrespect. I can't disrespect Sarnetta, man. I can't do that. So
He said,
I can't because I can't hear you.
he said, put the war together.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
All right, so look, we're gonna because it's crazy choppy. But I can't hear JJ.
So I think we're good.
I mean, sorry, Mendika.
We're good, but the Zoom isn't good.
Yeah, we can't hear the
But
brother.
is that on his end, you think?
Yeah, no.
From my end? Okay. But if you notice, Tahuti don't want to show this debate. He don't want to show it over here. And I don't blame him because I mean you got smacked around a lot. By the time I got that damn spider was there on his hat. It was a dead spider on his hat. You see what I'm saying?
Crowd, if you can hear us, crowd, press the 9. If the audience can hear us, press the 9 because they're saying the internet needs a nurse. Press the 9.
It's so choppy. AD, listen.
Audience, press the 9 if you can hear.
Let's just move. Can we just move? Oh, you about to? Okay.
You have until 9.
Okay.
All right.
Let's build on something.
Yeah. I thought that well anyway, I want to say Mendika, say it right. That was dope. The elder was way past what I thought, man. I knew he was deep, but he just went way there. We had a nice conversation, and we need brothers like that. That was heavy, man. He took it to the next level. Word.
I got to come on to the channel. Wednesday. Did we clear the day for Wednesday for Natalie and Zion to do their?
Yeah, I gotta. Let me build with the team. I'll build with the team tonight. Yeah, I'll build with the team that was born in everybody and Neptali. Shout out to Neptali. She was here earlier.
She was.
Yeah, she was in the audience.
Are we leaving that with that last impression? Is that how we're leaving that?
No.
Like that.
Nah, it's no.
That's the last memory.
No, we gotta. You want to talk? Let's talk off air on that one.
Okay.
Because I wasn't Neptali part of it. Too,
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That was shout out to Neptali. She gonna hit me up. All right. So I mean, where we at? I just want to say that was great, man. It surpassed what I thought. You brought something. Now you started what you did that was great too, Mendika, is he introduced you to the world of debates. You started on his channel on Lions Den.
Introduce me to the world of debates. No, no. So can everybody hear me? JJ, can you hear us? And can okay, Mandinka, you can hear? Okay. So you asked me if he introduced me to the world of debates
on YouTube, I guess. Lions Den.
Okay. So what had happened with me and Mandinka JJ at the time was a brother. I asked a brother if he could find people that talk in a box. Like I didn't know if StreamYard at the time, if they could talk in squares,
right.
and I would join in. So the brother had found the Lions Den, JJ,
right.
and so I went for an interview. So I went for an interview because he said there's some Hebrews that want to know about Kemet and Ma'at. And I said, okay, that's interesting. Right. So I went in, I had a very good interview. JJ was a very good host, very good questions that was asked, and it was an interview. There was a person there named Judah Nazareth who challenged me in the interview.
Right.
He challenged me to a debate.
Right.
And I didn't know, I was told he was the champion of that, right? Of the Lions Den. So that's actually how it started. So he challenged me, and it was supposed to be Ma'at versus the Torah.
Right.
So I actually came in as a person representing Kemet and representing Ma'at, and a Hebrew brother challenged me to a debate, and that's how it started. So I didn't go to the Lions Den for the world of debates, or I had no interest in that. Mm-hmm. I was doing an interview, and the brother Judah Nazareth said he wanted to take me on.
Right.
So that's what started the the debate, and I said that's fine. So that's actually what started it, and then from there, I became I was announced the champion. So wow. I didn't come looking for a debating championship. I wasn't really into that.
Right.
I wasn't into that.
Right.
But because I beat him, he was the champion. I was the champion now, and then from there, different people were brought to me, and I kept beating them. So it started off with the Lions Den because a brother Judah Nazareth challenged me as a champion. Okay. That's how that started. It was an interview.
Right.
Right, JJ? You remember that?
Let me get the story straight. Everywhere I went, you went. If I went on Uncle West platform, I took you with me. If I went on Sarnetta's, I took you with me. If I went on Garfield channel, I took you with me. So you sit up here trying to diminish what I've done for you. And I don't like that. I don't like that too.
I'm not sure what. I'm not, JJ, so for JJ has to understand that we have two different agendas. We have two different things. I didn't come looking to be taken somewhere to be a debate champion or to say I'm going to beat him. Let's go present me as a great debater. I wasn't into that. I came to the Lions Den for an interview, and I got challenged. To a debate.
Mendika, we got to get Mendika on because his mic can't hear you, bro.
Yes, I'm not sure what JJ.
Malachi, that was been played out. Ain't nobody want to listen to that nonsense. When JJ was somewhere, you Killah Priest,
right
there. Look at $7.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Credit for what I done for you.
I'm not sure what JJ did for me. I'm not sure I never asked for JJ to do anything for me. I came for an interview. Right. I was challenged to a debate, and after I was challenged to it, after I won the debate, I was declared the debate champion of the Lions Den, which I didn't come there for. And because I was a champion, different people were challenging me to debate. And JJ's agenda, because he was a debate person.
Right.
So because I won the debate, he wanted me as a champion to represent the Lions Den. So different people were coming to challenge me. Somebody named Commission, Wes had a talk with me. He said, I challenge your guy. I want to fight. I'm going to take your champion out. So then a debate was set up for that. So that's actually what was happening. So I didn't come. I'm not a debater. I didn't come to anybody's channel saying I want to be a top debater. Somebody put me on. I want to get known. I want to get popular. I never challenged anybody to a debate in my life. The whole time that I was with the Lions Den, I never challenged anybody. I never asked JJ, get me this person, get me that person. I wanted to be known. I was not into that. I wasn't into that. I was being challenged,
right?
Because after I beat Judah Nazareth, I was a target.
It's not fair that we can't hit JJ though, because it's not messed up.
I never, but so.
Yeah.
Someone's talking. Oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So, that's not my goal. My goal is different from what JJ's goal was. He was a promoter of a debate league, so his whole thing was, "We're gonna get these debates." I never asked anybody to put me on any debates. I never challenged anybody. I never said, JJ, put me on Sonetta channel. We got to get me known. I'm not into that stuff. There's no history of that. So that's I'm just saying what the actual history is. I just was winning every debate.
I'm for the call, man.
All right.
You lying. You lying.
It's all on record. I don't know. There's no record of me challenging. Give me this person. Put me on this channel.
Yeah.
Bring me over here. I want to get my name known. Everybody knows I don't have that type of personality. I'm not into get my name, especially at that time, because at that time there was no pod class.
Call me. This is not it's crazy.
There was nothing to promote at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm for the
What's so angry? What's happening?
Yeah. All right.
Let's go. I've never asked for a debate in my life.
Yeah.
Have I?
I beat the damn crap out.
What?
He's a month so bad.
Hey, this is the fun. This is the fun. KP, you finally got to the fun part, right? You said this is gonna be a fun show.
It was 3. You 30 them? 3-0? What was it?
Is it a battle rap? I'm battling loaded luck.
He said he beat that. We call it.
He said that.
We got it.
It's on record.
All right, this is gonna be a good one, man.
Debate. You want me to put the record up? I have to keep doing this, I guess.
Yeah, here you go.
But I'm on.
All right. Yo, what up, JJ?
I'm not sure what the.
Man, Dico.
Can you hear me now?
What the
Yeah, we
Let me
did.
prove that. All right, Tony, be quiet for a second, bro. And this is all out of respect, but you're not going to play with me like that. Everywhere the 7,000 went, I took you on as a tag along. Nobody knew you when you came, sir. Nobody. Be quiet, bro, because you're trying to get up here and act like you that guy, and you're not. You was way off topic. His sources was by Tahuti in this debate. Yeah, I caught him lying about the Council of Alexandria.
His sources was what?
My sources were by dude.
He lied about the Council of Alexandria. There is no Council of Alexandria. And then the one that we did talk about, they was doing city codes. Okay? How about this? Then I caught him. I said, where's his library at? There's no proof of this library. I beat the stank out of Tahuti. I try to be respectful. So now what I'm about to do is show these people this debate that you didn't want me to do over here. You're not that guy when it comes to me. I didn't beat Jabbar. I didn't beat Polite. I didn't beat Tazarian 3 times. I didn't beat Black Jesus. I didn't beat them all. I even beat you. Tahuti's sources was by Tahuti. Let me say that one more time. By Tahuti. And then you trying to act like everywhere you went, oh, I'm the Lawrence Dean champion. Now you trying to act like he didn't come over there for that. And you beat Gymnasium, you could step aside. You begged for a goddamn, that's correct, for a certificate every time you debated because you wanted that prestige. So
For a certificate.
after that debate, we bring the debate over in Zion.
Don't you get a certificate when you debate?
See, you disrespecting my show, bro. I don't like it.
What's going
Because we brought a kinetic elder that can speak meta and you can't. Remember? That's how Jabari got you up. You can't speak meta.
What's the
Ptah
topic?
Skr Asar way higher than the level than you. See, I try to respect you,
What's the
but now
topic?
you took it too far. So now I gotta get you. So hey, Killah Priest,
Yep.
Killah Priest.
Yep. Come here.
Saturday, I want to replay our debate. I'm gonna show you all of its flaws. But Wednesday, let's do the debate with Natalie and Zion. But Saturday, I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna show you
All right.
constellation he was.
Okay. I'm gonna build with the. All right.
Yeah.
After this, because we about to close up, and I'm gonna build with the team. Knowledge Born and
Okay.
and then I'll hit you. I'll hit you up later on.
Yeah. See, so you messed up. All right, love y'all, man.
All right, man. Peace, man.
Got to learn there, JJ7K TV and Killah Priest podcast. We got more to come. Peace and blessings. We out.
This conversation all started because JJ started off lying. It's strange. He started off. He's bringing up a debate. I don't bring up my debate with JJ.
Right.
Like, have you all the time I've been here at the Podcraft? Have you heard me talk about? Yeah, and I debated JJ. Have you heard me talking about that?
No.
It's been 4 years. He brings up a debate, and I'm like, yes, we did. And then he has to add a lie saying that he beat me. That's just an outright lie. I have the record here. It's the highest win debate in debate history on that channel. 84% to 16 has never been done in history on any debate channel. It's usually like 47. The person 60% to 40.
Right.
My debate with him was 84% to 16.
Wow.
That's on record. That's screenshotted. That's in my intro. That's the fact. So
That's crazy.
I'm not sure what
what
this is all about.
Well, we're gonna move on to
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Let's get to the music. Let's talk about the what's is that the horn one on your? Yeah.
No, this is
it's like bigger, man.
Is it on your side? Is it on, it's you're seeing
it's
it, right?
me, yeah.
The screen is reversed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is
I should see this. This spider's off the hook. It's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is the biggest one. So her name is Sekhet, and Sekhet is the oldest word that is that was used for the heaven, or where the body would go after, where the ka would go and the ba would go after the body died. Right. It would go to the Sekhet, called the fields. Right. And because it was an energetic realm that was all connected, the ancient ones said it was like a web, similar to how they describe the World Wide Web of things interconnected, but you can't see them.
Right.
But the consciousness is all interconnected. So the association was the spider in Kemet. And it was called Sekhet, which, interestingly enough, the word Sekhet is the same word in Kemet for memory.
Right.
Because the interconnection was all conscious memory. Memory is the most important thing of consciousness, because if you don't remember what you learned, you always start at square one again. So it was the Sekhet.
Oh man, the Sekhet. And that's the name of that's what you named it.
That's her name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's spider in Melanetta?
Sekhet.
Sekhet.
Yeah, it's called that's a word for weaver.
Right, the weaver.
Yeah, it's called the weaver, the Sekhet. They just call it the weaver.
No doubt, man. Yes, Sekhet. Ben Frank. Okay, shout out to Ben Frank. He knows what time it is.
Ben Frank type Sekhet.
Yeah. All right. Well, this time I'm gonna get what we call. So everybody else broke that. We move on to the music.
Is Hootie done?
What do you want to say? Anything?
So chat, if you all can hear us, 'cause I know that people are typing. Some people are typing. Sound is back and forth.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was doing that, because it's weird today.
If you all can hear us, just press the 9. I just want to see how many 9s I see.
The sound problem was with Zoom, because if someone's talking, it mutes the other person. So when I came back to my desk, I put the Zoom on performance mode for musicians. When that happens, when people start talking, they can talk over each other.
Oh,
so I had that disabled. So now I re-enabled it, so he was going to be able to come through even though there was sound coming through. So it's a Zoom thing. I fixed it, but he switched over to the phone right when I switched it. But
really?
Yeah, I have it set next time, so he won't be muted. Yeah, because if you talk, then the Zoom guest gets muted.
Okay. So let me so all the people that were in all the people that were watching this. Very
Can
interesting.
you take me off too?
Yes.
AD, take me off real quick.
All right. All right. Peace and love. You held that long, Priest. Peace and love, everybody. Wonderful, excellent. So many people are seeking knowledge on so many different levels. Peace to the brother Ptah. I did tell my pod class that I was going to have an interactive conversation with him. That would have been good. He was definitely on his roll. So I did try to come in a couple times, and he was on his roll. I never intrude and butt in, and he was invited here as a guest. So if he wants to continue the role and keep going, that's fine. I just sit back and listen. Maybe the next time you'll see an interactive conversation. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. But peace to him for his enthusiasm. He came off immediately with respect for the pod class and my teachings in the show. I didn't even know he was watching, so peace and love to him for that, and for coming onto the show and wanting to continue. He would have gone on for another 3 hours. So he has a lot of zeal and enthusiasm. He's been doing this for doing whatever it is he's doing. I'm not sure exactly what it is he does, because this is my first interaction with him, but I know that it's been probably since most of us were children. So peace to him for his consistency and his mission. So wonderful. So everybody who is watching, all my people that are watching from the House of Aten, anybody that's watching from me, make sure you click the like, subscribe to this channel, the Killah Priest Podcraft. For all the people that are new, that are watching, that are, oh yes, we're almost at 100. All the people that are new that are watching, definitely come on Saturday. Oh, Priest, what's the next Thursday? How are we looking for? How's the schedule looking? We'll talk outside of this. Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll talk outside of that about what's happening on Thursdays. Tune in to the Tahuti pod class, where you can actually send in questions on various different topics, whatever level you stand on, whatever level you sit at. Let me go ahead and show the new people, AD, or could you screenshot that or share that? I want to show the new people that are here that may not.
Yeah, let me open the browser. Hopefully,
Okay.
I don't have any problems. The challenge was doing the Zoom.
Oh,
because when I do Zoom, I do a screen share. But like I told people in the chat, I'm going to go down to 720 HD. There's really no need for us to be in 1080.
no. I remember we talked about that before. It was like
Yeah.
1080, right?
I haven't
It's
switched
the
it
same
yet.
at 720.
Yeah, we're still at 1080 right now. 720 looks smaller, but it's not noticeable. Most people are watching from their phones anyway. I was putting out too much high definition of a feed. And then when you mix that with a Zoom meeting and a screen capture, and then me going on what's it called, Chrome and all that, I was overloading the computer. Not to mention I bought new software.
The RAM was taken.
I'm on 16 gigs of RAM. I'm gonna upgrade to 32. So we about to be super with this.
Do me a favor, 80. Put the screen. I'm just gonna go over there for a moment. Put the screen on you or something. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll switch to this.
Podcraft. I'll be right back in just a minute. Hold on.
I'm gonna switch to this side screen real quick.
Hold on.
So, yo, thanks for sticking around with all these technical difficulties. It's basically my fault, yo. I bought this new DAW. If y'all don't know what a DAW is, it's basically a music recording program. I got the new Fender Studio Pro. It's equivalent to Pro Tools, but I like it more than Pro Tools. Anyway, it's a big program, and I'll be doing film soundtracks and stuff. So this big program, it uses up a lot of RAM. Even if you're not using the program, it takes up more random access memory just sitting there. Not to mention I got VSTs and I got all these fancy plugins and stuff. So anyway, I installed all this crazy stuff, and that's what messed up my RAM and overloaded the computer. So sorry about all the jitteriness earlier. But on the next show, like I said, I'm gonna go down to 720 HD because y'all don't need to be high def for this show. We don't need to be high def. 720 is still technically HD. It's gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing like big major graphical type stuff where you need to have 1080. That's too fancy. You know what I'm saying? I'm too fancy. So we're gonna break that down, and then what's it called? At the same time, I'm gonna go to Best Buy tomorrow and get me some more RAM. And we'll be at 32 RAM. I never thought I'd need it. Yeah, I used to play Call of Duty, and I used to do all kinds of stuff just on 16 gigs of RAM. I was good. But then I installed my film composer scoring software, and it was it's just too big of a powerhouse, man. So now I'm forced to upgrade the computer. So y'all get it. That's what's up. I am looking for. I'm gonna install this thing for Tahuti right now. Tahuti sent over this link. Y'all know how we do. But y'all, again, thanks for sticking with y'all. Thanks for sticking with everybody. But I wanted to switch it up in the middle of the show, but that would have required me to shut down, change the resolution, and then go back in. And yeah, I didn't do that. So y'all get it. Okay, here we go. StreamYard. We're back on 30 frames a second. I was on ChatGPT to fix this. And ChatGPT was like, yo, you're on low on RAM right now, bro. My ChatGPT remembers what I talked about it with the week before. And it'd basically be like, yo, I told you this was the issue last week. You know what I mean? And so my ChatGPT be like cocky with it. Like, it's like, yo, we talked about this last week and you still didn't do it, AD. And I was like, I thought I could just lower the kilobytes per second. You know, there's a bit rate. I lowered the bit rate to 3,000. And I thought that was going to be enough. Apparently not. Okay. Tahuti, I got your thing on screen, brother. Tahuti's talking to Priest right now, yo. So, yeah, man. This is that technical side of things. It bothers me more than anybody, though, because I got perfectionism as one of my flaws. Everything got to be too perfect. Boom. But yeah. So that's what's up. Anyway, thanks again. Tahuti's back, and we are back on. You got your screen on screen. Yeah, and I got your mic back on.
Okay.
I'm gonna take myself out.
Okay. Okay. So let me come to here. You all can hear me okay? Fine. Excellent.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, everyone. So for those people that are new, and we have Robert. Oh, Robert Williams says, let me read this super chat, AD.
Go for it.
This is the support. Yes, we didn't get much super chats today, I noticed. To Killah Priest for thank you. Robert, to you. That's one of my most dedicated students there, and he always, if I'm on a channel, he'll go and support the channel. So shout out to Robert E. Williams.
Ramen. I know.
Okay, so here I'm going to show everybody the channel for those who are new, for those who may be here because of this is their first time, or maybe they saw the word Ptah Kemet and were interested in that, but didn't know of any of us. Peace to all the people too who this may be your first time on the Pawcraft. First time seeing me, Priest. If this is your first time, peace to you and welcome. And let me go ahead and show the Tahuti Paw class. I'm on Amazon. Come on, Amazon. Wait. Amazon hijacked. Okay, here we go. Very interesting. Okay, let me go ahead and show everybody.
Yeah, we still in that retrograde. I'm still gonna blame Mercury for all of this.
It's the Mercury's fault.
Yes, I have until April.
Poor Mercury. Oh my gosh. It's the planet's fault. Oh man. Okay, so okay, well, let me go ahead and screen share this. Am I on StreamYard? Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and screen share. So everybody, you can tune in Saturdays at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and we have what is called the Tahuti Pod class. Can that? Let me see if I can make the screen bigger.
I got you. I can do it on my end. I'll just crop it.
Okay, thank you. What's called the Tahuti Pod class, where a very unique phenomenon takes place, which is people come in and send in questions with reciprocity, and when you send in questions based on whatever spiritual stage you are on, or whatever you want to know about as far as source roots and behind the scenes knowledge, behind the matrix knowledge, you send in a question, and then you get the entire show dedicated to you or another person. So 2 people get a show.
So I basically want to clear some things up. JJ was not lying about Tahuti. Tahuti likes to front. He likes to bulge his wins. I don't understand why he was acting like, oh, and laughing and acting like, he wasn't about his wins when he really was. Okay, every time he win, he makes sure he comes to me and make sure his flyers make everything spelled to the T, everything's correct, right? Make sure that I pick the best picture and all that type of stuff. Even when they forfeit, he wants his certificates when they forfeit. This man then sit there and act like, oh, you know what I mean? He didn't care about wins and he don't care. No, that's a lie. He cares about every win he had. He made sure that I made flyers for him, certificates for him, and he made sure that everything was spelled correctly and everything was right. I don't see why he was sitting up there fronting so hard. And to the point where the reason why when he went to Killah Priest the second time, he did a show about the Lions Den and his wins. And I don't see why Killah Priest acted like he didn't remember that. But he did a show on his wins and how he got to, being a champion of the Lions Den. I don't know where these people is at right now. But at the end of the day, he fronted like, you know what I mean? Oh, I didn't care about no wins and all this old crazy shit, when that is truly not true. And I'm gonna go get half of the stuff to show you. This man, I don't understand why people do that. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. He makes sure that he get his certificate. He makes sure that he get his wins right. He makes sure I spell stuff right. If anything is off, he want to make sure. And then when he knew his time was up, he was like basically depressed about the shit, because he knew that eventually he one of the type of people he do not want to lose. Like, he pick his debates so he won't lose. And at the end of the day, he do speaks on his wins. We have shows about his wins. He do a recap about his wins. That was just what we do. Not only that, even if they lose, he want a flyer for if they do not show up, he want a flyer. And he comes and asks particularly for that. Hold on, like, this man is acting like he don't care about his debates. He makes sure his flyers is done right. I swear. Like if I'm misspelling something or just fast or whatever, he makes sure I do all the flyers, every last one of them, and every debater gets certificates. He act like, oh, what are you talking about certificate? Man, you made sure that you get all your certificates. Like you made sure that I made one against your opponent. You came to me personally every time. Mm-hmm. And it's probably about what? I think about at least 11, 12 times. No exaggeration. He can count his numbers. You see how he could talk about his wins and all that in the brush. Yeah, I did. No, but you make sure that you know what I mean, pick your opponents. You make sure you pick the topic. You make sure that, you know what I mean, everything was perfect for your debate. And you make sure that you got a certificate, whatever that was coming to you, make sure you got that. And you came to me personally. It's crazy. But that's what people do. They'll front you off when they get in a different position, act like they don't even know who you was. JJ ain't lying. He took him everywhere he went and made sure that people knew who he was. And that's what JJ do to all of them. And all of them do the same shit. I don't understand why he don't get the patterns. And sometimes it makes him a little mad, but you don't get it. Like these dudes are dropping on you like a drop of the dime. Casting couch wars. Like at the end of the day, it's like for real. They will turn on you at a drop of the dime and remind me of Judah. Like, wow. And that's crazy. And I have plenty of receipts of him coming, asking for making sure Unc flyer. Matter of fact, this debate, it was between him and Unc. And both of them won. He won the poll. No, he won the judges, and I believe Unc won the poll. But he didn't want it like that. But the audience voted against him. Like it was a whole battle of me dealing with both of these between, you know what I mean, getting the poll and the debate, the judges' decision, who was going to override. Like he lost through the poll, like, but he wanted to do the judges' decision. This man sat there, he the only one I know out of all of the debaters cared about his wins and certificates. No, none of them cared like that, really. They make sure they got their flyers so they can share it, but he the only one. That's why I made so many for him. I made so many that I made a video for him, 3 of them, because he wanted things right. So this man sat up there and act like a straight, you feel me, a stranger, and it's crazy. And I have to say that. And you notice I left comments up in that thing. He read everything, he said everything, but he didn't read them comments because I'm the only one that really witnessed him begging for these certificates. And the man sit there and was like, I know my time is up. JJ ain't taking me on. Because JJ take different people. And he started taking commission. And that's when his little thing started changing. Like he wasn't gonna be here for long for the ride, and JJ ain't promoting him no more like he was. Like, let's keep it real, because that's what you came to told me. JJ ain't paying attention. They ain't promoting you like you should, and your time is up. That's what you said. Your time in the Lions Den is up pretty soon, because you felt like, you know what I mean, it was some strong opponents coming in. That's why you wanted to leave with that title. And went to Killah Priest and had a discussion about your wins. How the hell you gonna act like you didn't even go over there and discussion about your wins? You did a show about your debate. Your first appearance on Killah Priest. You crazy.